situation. This is a general. This means that not everything mentioned here is going to be a perfect fact in your situation. Listen to what resonates, disregard what is obviously not your message. Please avoid making any rash decisions based on a general. If you like a read based on your own personal energy, you can always book me for a session on my website, which happens to be AngelicAscensionsTarot.com. We're always going to go over delicate topics. Trigger warning, tarot classes are still available on the site. The start date of the tarot classes has been extended to, I believe, the 26th. Later on this April. So if you'd like to get in on the tarot classes, you can book your seat on my website. Again, the details are on AngelicAscentionsTarot.com. This is the beginner and intermediate classes that are beginning at the end of the month. Let's see what might be playing out for you over the next 7 days. Libra, these days someone is seeing you as emotionally detached. They're seeing you as somebody that doesn't want to listen. But Spirit is saying, or someone in a situation rather feels that maybe they want them to listen more than they speak. And it seems like somebody doesn't. It seems like somebody's feelings might be hurt as a result. Because it looks like there's something that somebody wants to say, Libra or cross-watcher, and it seems like somebody genuinely wants to be heard. But someone may view the other person as selfish for whatever reason, for whatever reason this is. It seems like there's obviously a communication issue. You have a complicated situation with someone. Seems like there's still some hurt feelings. And yeah, I was mentioning somebody feels like the other one is emotionally detached, or this is a result. The reason why someone is emotionally detached is because somebody has maybe voiced something to you or vice versa, and it seems like it fell on deaf ears. So somebody's hurt, and it seems like somebody is thinking about the situation. Somebody might be doing some reflection this week. This isn't clear, I'm pretty sure, but it does say ego. So it seems like somebody was full of ego at some point. And it seems like as a result, this is causing a relationship to deteriorate. So it seems like for some reason you're letting go. It seems like Libra or cross-watcher, you've been through the worst traumas that could have been done to a child. And maybe this has kind of set the tone for maybe why everybody has trauma, of course, but it looks like that's the root cause of the situation. Some trauma that you've gone through. And maybe this trauma has caused you to be emotionally shut off. Maybe this is something that you don't see, or somebody doesn't see about themselves, but it definitely feels like past trauma is affecting this connection. Because it's very clear that somebody is maybe nursing some old wounds. They feel very hurt about this situation. Hey, Be Great 8393. Somebody is reflecting. Somebody is thinking about this situation. Or they've had time to think on this. And it seems like they've, after maybe a few cycles of a similar situation with somebody else, maybe now somebody now knows. So yeah, it looks like maybe you're not speaking to somebody right now. It seems like somebody might try to reach out to you. Maybe you did text them. Maybe you have tried sending them messages, Libra or cross-watcher, or chances are somebody might be reaching out to you, and maybe somebody is hurt that maybe there's no response, or the response that they were hoping for wasn't received. It wasn't given out. So whatever maybe somebody said, maybe in a message, or maybe with somebody, it just seems maybe you're giving somebody advice and maybe they don't want to hear it. It seems like somebody has taken offense to something. So needless to say, it looks like you're splitting apart from someone this week. It could be from a job, it could be from a relationship. This is your spirit guides letting you know you are on the right path. So if something had to end, or something is the way that it is, this is your spirit guide saying that it's a part of your journey. You got the Fool card next. So it feels like it's time to start over. You're starting from ground zero. So some of you, it seems like you're splitting apart. You're accepting the fact that it's time to move on. So it seems like that's what some of you are doing. Definitely after there's been a period of betrayal. And there's been some very sour words that have been said that I think that somebody is really hanging on to. There's a lot going on social media. Libra, a cross watcher. Somebody might be kind of observing you, watching you. Especially if this is a situation where somebody doesn't trust what the other person is doing. I see a lot of observation when it comes to this. You might be spending time in nature. Maybe you've been spending a lot of time indoors. So maybe going outside might do you a bit of good around this period of time. I think maybe you might be thinking about your friendships, or you might be spending some time with good friends. I think you miss that companionship. I think you do. And I think that companionship is coming in, but your guides are telling you timing is everything. They're saying when the timing is right, you'll know. So they're telling you trust. So I think that somebody might be coming into your life. What I really was trying to say, I think somebody might be coming back into your life. But I think somebody new may be entering your life for some of you Libras. Maybe this is a past tense situation that we're talking about. And maybe you have had some time for reflection. You have had a chance to heal. And maybe you are looking for companionship. I definitely feel that for some of you, this is your God saying, you may have gone through some betrayal, but it looks like the right person is going to be coming along at the right time. Yeah, I think punctuality is going to be very important this week. It seems like your focus is on the clock. So maybe there's some things that you're having to get done by a certain deadline. Okay. No, spirit guys say, yeah, you're rekindling the situation. So that's what somebody, okay. So I was feeling that there's somebody that is coming back. This is twin flame. For somebody that's a twin flame soulmate type of relationship that's coming back. Somebody that you friend zoned, or somebody that friend zoned you. Somebody might be getting their advice about you. It seems like you have like a, what am I trying to say, like a kindred relationship with someone. There's somebody you've known in a past life. This might be the person that might be coming back. Is that particular individual? Who is this, spirit guys? You got a spotlight on a Cancer that could be relevant in your situation. Definitely have a Cancer watching you, especially if we're talking about online. Oh, somebody's watching you like a hawk. Libra, cross watching. Pisces and Capricorn come up in your situation. November is also Scorpio. Scorpio is that Sagittarius? November. Beginning of November. Scorpio and Sag, yes. Libra. That would be your own energy. Some of you, this is a Libra to Libra relationship. Pisces. I think you might know more than one Pisces. Or there's more than one Pisces involved. Capricorn is going to be relevant to your situation. This could be your placements. The element of water that's dominating your reading. Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, Aquarius is going to be relevant to your situation. Yeah. For some of you, this is an air sign to air sign situation. Let's see what's going on with the job. Okay. There's some drama at work, it looks like. Spirit is saying, spare yourself for this. Don't even bat an eyelash at it. For our cross watchers, might be rumors, gossip at work, or whatever. Seems like you're going to work feeling very emotional. And it seems like people at work might be kind of noticing that you're not yourself, Libra. Or you might be noticing this about someone. Maybe somebody's not feeling well, Libra, cross watcher. You might be concerned about someone's well-being. I also see somebody who might have a bit of an addiction, or that somebody could definitely be showing up to work intoxicated. For some reason, I heard the word breathalyzer. So maybe somebody has alcohol breath, this sort of thing, DUI type of situation. I don't know. But we're talking about work. You drive for a living, possibly. You work with law enforcement, this sort of thing. Somebody could be in corrections. Some of you could be teachers by profession. Okay, it looks like some of you might actually be looking for a job. Maybe even looking for a while. And I think that you're going to stumble upon the right job, to be honest. But I'm trying to figure out what. Because it looks like some of you are leaving the job. Some of you might want to return to an old job. I say Gemini. Gemini is a dominant energy. Yeah, okay. I think somebody at work, this could be somebody at work that might be attracted to you, or you could possibly be attracted to somebody at work. The person that you're attracted to, Libra or cross-watcher, could possibly be getting out of a situation, maybe an abusive situation. Somebody might have a child. This person might be a parent for some of you, a single parent. Some of you might be separated from your children due to separation. But we were talking about work. So maybe that's what you're concerned about. Maybe that you're concerned about the well-being of a child. Maybe some of you are distant from a child. If you haven't heard from your child in a moment, there's a Virgo that shows up in your reading. Some of you are that's interesting. I was saying Leo Virgo, but I heard myself say legal. Some of you might be paralegals. This is Libra. Maybe you haven't seen your daughter in a while. Because it seems like there's somebody that you're thinking about. Maybe you're particularly distant or you're estranged from children. Maybe this is what has you feeling sad and distracted at work. It looks like maybe you want to spend quality time with someone that you love. It feels like maybe you want to pour into a child, or you're wanting to maybe spend more time with a child. And maybe you're obviously having to work to make a living. And maybe that's what this rekindle situation is about as well. This could be you rekindling a relationship with a child, or there's a desire to rekindle a relationship. So somebody might be reaching out in that aspect. Who also might be reaching out for you, as I mentioned to you. There's new opportunities that maybe you're looking for. Some of you might be getting a call back for an interview. Maybe there's an employer that's making a decision between you and someone else. It seems like you might be one of the final candidates, or you might be the one that's chosen in this situation. Libra or cross-watcher. So I definitely feel like you're on your way to stability, financial stability, because it looks like this is something that you're coming off of. A rocky financial situation, especially if some of you are coming off of a divorce. It seems like, yeah, maybe it has affected your funds in some sort of way. Or you're experiencing some sort of financial shortage. But I think that some opportunity that's coming up for you, an opportunity to make money, maybe this is an investment of yours or an income stream of yours, you might see things begin to pick up in this way. Some of you, I feel like you're moving, or you've moved recently. This looks like there's a lot of prosperity coming to you. There's a lot of peace coming to you as well, if you allow that to be the case, because it seems like that's what Spirit is trying to get to come in. They want this peace to come over you. But it seems like right now you're kind of on edge, just kind of nervous about things. But Spirit guides are saying they want you to have peace about your situation. It seems like there's something you're running from, or something that somebody that you're dealing with is running from. It might be the truth, or it might be themselves. Maybe they don't want to face themselves. I'm not sure what this is. Yeah, definitely. There's something that you're working very hard for. You've been working hard working hard for something for a while. I see a purchase of a car for some of you. You could be purchasing a car, putting together a down payment on a car, this sort of thing. Even if it's not brand new, I feel like it's due to you. There's somebody that I think you might need to communicate clearly with this week. For some of you, I think it's your boss. It might be a few people. Maybe you're having tensions with your boss, or this is another coworker. Possibly because you have a lot on your mind. And I was mentioning to you, punctuality is going to be something that's very important this week. So maybe this is you maybe showing up a little bit late. Maybe someone you might be having a performance evaluation at work around this period of time. This is a lot of gossip at work. Somebody might be pulled into the office. Libra cross watcher. You might be watching this happen. Because there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of watchers in the background in your reading. Yeah. I don't quite get it. It looks like there's a few of you that might be waiting to hear back from a job, and then there's some of you that might just be ready to walk out of this job. I'm not understanding why. Oh, no, I think I do see why. It's because something better comes along. That might be the job interview that lands you this job. And that might cause you to feel like, okay, now that I have something, I have a backup plan sort of thing. This is you now feeling like, okay, now I can put in my resignation. So I feel like that might be what you're doing. You're putting together some sort of plan so that you can, you know, kind of leave a situation and go into something that maybe you feel is better suited for you. I think you are concerned about some debt. I think you might feel like you're short for a particular debt that maybe you need to pay off, but I see something getting paid. There might be a little bit of a delay. Some of you, maybe you're waiting to hear back from a job. Maybe this has something to do with a background check, because I was mentioning to you, there's a lot of eyeballs in your situation. So maybe this is somebody looking into something about you. I think somebody might be contacting you to check in with you. Maybe they haven't heard from you in a while. Maybe you might be checking up with somebody. Maybe it's to see where you stand with them, or they might be doing this with you. I think your concern about this is that somebody doesn't have an agenda. They don't have some sort of ulterior motive. But maybe for some of you, I think that this person's intentions are pure. I think somebody only wants to improve your life or elevate your life in some sort of way. I think that somebody really wants to see the best in you. So somebody might be trying to inspire you and ignite some sort of spark in you, and this sort of thing. This could definitely be you pouring into a child. That, again, it seems like there's a lot surrounding children, whether these are your children, your siblings, or they're not connected to you in any way. These might be children maybe that you work with, like they might not be blood relatives. But in the background of your situation, I see a lot of greed. I see somebody abusing their power or their wealth. Somebody doesn't have any sort of moral boundaries in your situation, and I feel like that might be something that might be frustrating you. Maybe these are your co-workers. It seems like you got some of you have some messy coworkers. And that might be where the gossip is floating around. Maybe your name could be amongst the gossip, or you're just amongst the gossipers. You might be kind of passing around the gossip, especially if this is something that's happening online. Libra cross watcher, somebody could possibly be taking photos of you without your permission, or they could be photographing a child possibly without your permission. Whatever this is, as far as gossip is concerned, if there's something that you're saying, it seems like word gets around. Chances are this is gossip that maybe you might hear on the blogs or something like that on the internet. I think maybe you're going back and forth with somebody on the internet, to be honest. It seems like this could be like on the internet. Yeah. I meant to say by text. But maybe, yeah, something is obviously going on the internet. This could be like some sort of back and forth, an argument that maybe you're having with somebody. Maybe somebody feels like they just need a moment to cool off, and I think that you'll talk to this person again. It just might be, just like we talked about before, timing. Maybe the situation just needs a chance to cool off, and then I think you might hear from this person again. Yeah. Somebody feels like they messed everything up. And I think that somebody has a lot of guilt about this situation. Like something may have dawned on them that maybe they weren't thinking about in the past. Their fear about the situation is coming to talk to you. I think somebody truly wants to be seen. They want to be heard. They want to know that the words that they're saying aren't falling on deaf ears. So this is a genuine conversation that you want to have with someone, and you genuinely, truly want to clear something up. I think that's going to be important. I think somebody's going to be genuinely listening, watching, observing you, to see if you're really, truly listening to what it is that they have to say. I was saying there's a ton of distractions that you might be experiencing this one. So So staying focused is going to be everything for you too. I think your guides are telling you it's very important for you to listen to your intuition, as with any week, but especially this week. Because it looks like your intuition has a lot to tell you about some situations that maybe you couldn't quite pinpoint, but your intuition told you all along. And now maybe this week you might be getting some confirmations of the truth, or you might be coming across certain information that confirmed your suspicions about something. Especially if we're talking about a child, because it does look like there might be a child that could possibly be hiding some information from you. Maybe they don't want you to know, maybe they don't want you to explode about it. The chances are maybe you did give a child or someone some advice. I don't know, maybe there's someone that maybe doesn't understand that advice can be given, but no one is obligated to take this advice. Maybe that's what somebody's upset about. I'm not sure. You do some sort of magical practice, like you dabble in magic or this sort of thing, where somebody could possibly be going to somebody that's a professional when it comes to work and this sort of thing. Somebody could be going to a reader, maybe to get some advice about the situation. Somebody is concerned about someone's health. In particular, we're talking about somebody's heart health. Maybe somebody has heart disease, or maybe it's just somebody's not feeling well. I've noticed this. Maybe it's just best for me not to go into detail with health, so I'll just kind of skim the surface when it comes to health. No details. It seems like people get freaked out. But I think somebody might need to go to the ENT, and I'm gonna just leave it there. Like maybe maybe you're having allergies. Maybe it's something like that. I'm not sure. Definitely some sort of hearing impairment. Yeah. So what's going on with your ears? Ear, nose, and throat. So yeah, some sort of throat issue. Some of you are dealing with a Taurus. Some of you are dealing with an Aries. The advice for the Libra Nation. Some of you are moving. I don't know, maybe some of you are renovating a home. I'm not sure, but it looks like there's a lot of things that Spirit Guides has for you, Libra or Cross Watcher. I think you might be feeling discouraged about things. So this is your Spirit Guide saying don't give up. Seems like there's many things on this journey the Spirit has for you to do. So they're saying, Libra, don't give up. It seems like you've been going through some hardships and Spirit has seen this. They want you to confront your challenges with courage. Because this looks like the things that you've gone through are things that you can actually learn from. If you don't let these things break you, as the Spirit wants you to know. They're letting you know that your heart, your intuition, deep down in your heart, they're letting you know you already know the whole truth about a situation. There's somebody that doesn't want you to see the full truth. They don't want you to see what's real, but if you observe a situation for what it really is, I think that you're going to see the truth, and I think that you're going to be able to see through some lies. Or if this is somebody trying to keep things surface level, I think that you're going to, again, be able to see the truth that might be apparently obvious. I think your guys are encouraging you to get back into your passions. There's a purpose that I feel that Spirit wants you to fulfill. And again, the answers are going to unfold to you. This is your guys encouraging you to keep an open mind, because it does look like Spirit is coming in to maybe, again, give you a lot of insight. But definitely telling you to embrace the unexpected, because it seems like there's going to be a few of those things that might happen this week. Some things that may not go exactly as planned, but your guys are saying it's to take you in the right direction. There's a chance for transformation in your situation. So this is a good thing. It seems like Spirit is saying take advantage of this. Once you see a chance for like an unexpected turn, this could be a good thing, because maybe the unexpected turn is maybe you didn't think you would be able to talk to someone or figure something out with someone, and then the opportunity to do so presents itself. So it feels like it's that sort of thing. So with that, Libra Nation and Cross Watchers, this concludes your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. Thank you so very much for watching. Have a beautiful, blessed, productive week, Libra Nation and Cross Watchers. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Scorpio Nation, this is a general reading. This means that not everything mentioned is going to be a perfect fact in your situation. Get what resonates, disregard the rest. Understand that the energies in the reading can be reversed. I could be describing one thing and it could be happening for another. It could be happening for your cross watcher. So again, listen to this with an open mind, listen to it with discernment. Please avoid making any rash decisions based on what you hear from a general reading. If you like to read based on your own personal energy, you can of course book a session with me on my website, which happens to be AngelicAscensions.com. Tarot classes, beginner and intermediate tarot classes have been they've been extended. They begin later this month rather than on the 19th. So those of you who would like to get in on the tarot class, there are still seats available. The details are on my website, AngelicAscensionsTarot.com, to book your seat for the class. We're always going to go over delicate topics. We always do. Consider that a trigger warning. Scorpio Nation, let's dive in. See what's playing out for the Scorpio Nation for the next 7 days. Scorpio, you came up heavily in the Libra reading. So some of you could obviously be dealing with a Libra, or you could be on the Libra Scorpio cusp. Some of you are on the Libra Sag cusp. Scorpio Sag cusp. Maybe you have Libra in your chart as well, as I mentioned to you. You definitely have a Libra cross watcher. There's a Pisces, there's an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn that I feel is relevant in your situation. You've been going through something for a while. You've been going through some conflict with somebody. Going through a lot of changes in your relationship with someone. This is Scorpio. It's a lot on your mind, Scorpio. It looks like maybe you're at a loss for words with somebody, or somebody might be looking at a situation and maybe they feel like they've lost you. But maybe the truth is there's not a loss of words. Maybe you just have no words for someone. Somebody lied to you. It might not be obvious to you at this moment because it doesn't look like you're very close to someone at this time. At least by the look of it, it looks like there's a lot of conflict. And there might be some other people involved in the conflict as well. So I think somebody is feeling like they messed up their opportunity with you. Scorpio or cross watcher. But at the same time, it feels like you're focused on work. It doesn't look like you're focused on a relationship with someone, but it does look like somebody is crossing your mind, or you're crossing someone's mind. This could definitely be like a parent-child relationship. For some of you Scorpios, maybe you haven't seen your child in a while, or maybe this has something to do with family members. This could be your children. Maybe there's an age gap with your children. Family members, this sort of thing. Yeah, I think somebody wants to see or talk to a child. This definitely feels like there's a reconciliation that somebody wants. But I think some dishonesty may have caused a problem. And what may have also caused an issue is that maybe somebody, rather than talking to you about the issues and trying to settle things with you, maybe they decided to maybe vent to some other people. Maybe somebody has a problem with that. Somebody might feel like they'd rather you come to them than to go to somebody else about whatever issues they're having, whatever issues you're having in your relationship. So it seems like there's a lot of resentment there. Somebody, if this is a co-parenting situation, it seems like this might be where the resentment is. I think your issue with somebody is that they're inconsistent. Maybe they're inconsistent with their children, with their relationship with you. 1 second. It looks like maybe there's been some things that could have been said in this situation. Well, we talked about there being arguments and tension. So if this is something that maybe drove a wedge between you and this person, it's just a lot of anger, a lot of resentment. It just seems like there was a build-up to this. I'm not sure what this is, but it does look like you have a legal situation. And yeah, somebody could be possessive possibly. I feel like somebody might even have an issue here with addictions. Spirit, what's the real issue here with Scorpio Nation? Yeah, somebody feels like you just want to walk away. Like you don't want to work it out with them. And I think somebody is secretly upset about this. So we're talking about the truth of the situation. Did somebody see where they went wrong in the situation? Yes, just like in Libra, somebody does. They feel like they messed everything up. I think that's why somebody wants to reconnect with you. Scorpio. Maybe it's for closure. Maybe it's to try to bring peace to the situation. It seems like there's been some time and space, maybe at this point, due to a disagreement. And I think somebody wants to meet up again. I think somebody wants you to know that after some reflection, maybe they're ready to make some changes. I think somebody may have ghosted a situation. Maybe somebody moved out on you. You could have been ghosted by a friend, possibly. Yeah, somebody might be coming back into the picture. Somebody does want to mend a situation with you, Scorpio or cross-watcher. And I think somebody might be reaching out to you. They might be dropping you a message. This message may not be direct. They might be dropping you a hint that maybe they want to talk. They want to work things out. But they feel like you just kind of, like I said, kind of ghosted the situation. Maybe mid-conversation, maybe you were talking to this person. I don't know, somebody walked out on an argument or something like this and left an argument unresolved. There is a legal situation. For some of you, this legal situation may have something to do with, like I said, a co-parenting situation. Maybe you're taking your child's other parent to court. I did say Libra, and then here you are, Scorpio. Your reading is nearly identical to Libra. Look, you gotta know a Libra. Sun, Moon, or Rising at this point. You got King of Pentacles that comes into your reading. Who's your grandfather passed away? Who is this, Scorpio? It looks like you lost somebody near and dear to you. You might be thinking about them. Is that why you're going to court? You've been struggling with something. I think somebody might be struggling with an addiction. Or this is somebody that has anger issues. Somebody could possibly be going to anger management, especially if we're talking about a court situation. Maybe the court is sending somebody to do some, I don't know, I don't know. I'm trying to say shadow work. Maybe it has nothing to do with the court. But maybe there is something that maybe the court is requiring of you, Libra, a cross-watcher. Could have something to do with anger management. The Emperor. Aries. There's a lot of traveling going on. Definitely a lot of messages. So it seems like maybe somebody is sending you a ton of messages, maybe back to back to back, maybe when somebody is angry. So this could be, excuse me, some angry text that somebody is sending. I'm not sure. But definitely it seems like if somebody is texting you, talking to you, some of the things that they're saying are deceptive. I don't think that comes as a surprise to you. What I also don't think comes as a surprise to you is that there's a Virgo that shows up to the reading. Seems like you are traveling a lot, Scorpio or cross-watcher. You might be, maybe you have a lot of bags with you, a lot of luggage. Or this is just a lot of emotional baggage that you have as a result of some things that have gone on, maybe this relationship. It looks like you might be away from family, disconnected from family in some sort of way. Maybe this is who you're getting in touch with. Maybe it is for the purpose of working things out with family. Because it definitely looks like it's on somebody's conscience. There might be certain people that you might be cutting out of the equation as well. Scorpio. Maybe you just kind of need some time to yourself. People do feel like you're very quiet, but I think that there's a lot going on with you spiritually. I think you might be going through a spiritual awakening, and you could possibly be diving into spirituality. Maybe some of you could be going to school. Maybe you're studying for something. Maybe there's an exam. Maybe you kind of need some quiet time, some peace and quiet to maybe figure some things out in your life, or to just focus on maybe a task that you have at hand right now. Some of you are studying in school. I think you're afraid about some things. I think some of you might, what you might be afraid about is leaving a codependent situation. So you could be connected to someone who is very well known. Somebody could be a public figure. I think somebody misses the joy that you used to bring in their lives. Somebody might miss your laughter, Scorpio, or miss the way that maybe you did make them laugh. I think your issue with somebody is that you know it's very crystal clear to you at this moment that somebody was hiding their true intentions, and I think you're questioning whether or not somebody truly did have your well-being or the well-being of a child as the priority in a situation. I think somebody does want to come to you. They might want to come to your door. They might be waiting for an invitation to come over. But I think that this person wants to know that they are welcome there. I think also somebody might be going through something, Scorpio. Somebody might need a small favor from you, or vice versa. Someone might need help with something minor. This might be a financial situation, is what I think this might be. Let's dive into this legal situation. I think we did kind of talk about this a little bit. So maybe you're taking your employer to court, your landlord to court, possibly, because it looks like you're moving around a lot. Like you're moving from place to place. Maybe you don't have a steady place to live, or you might be concerned that maybe somebody that you care about isn't stable right now. Yeah, I do see somebody giving a favor. Okay, there's some sort of debt that I think that you're concerned about. Looks like you're providing something that you need to provide for or pay off. It looks like maybe even having some financial setbacks. Whatever this is that you need to pay, I feel like the Spirit puts some money in your hands. So maybe there's a blessing coming your way, or someone that Spirit puts in your life to be a blessing for you, to get something done, to give you peace of mind about something that you're worried about. It seems like there's something that you're really thinking about, or whatever you're thinking about, it feels like you're sad about it. I think it's a breakup. But I also feel like it has something to do with work. Maybe you're working too many hours. Maybe you're feeling very stressed out. Some of you might be concerned about a graduation. So you could be attending a graduation. I think you might be celebrated for a job well done, Libra, cross watcher, or this is a child. Maybe they're wanting you to give them some sort of encouragement. Maybe you could possibly be encouraging a child when it comes to something. Maybe there's something that maybe they're approaching, dealing with, or trying to figure out, and you could possibly be giving them some encouragement. I think you might have a child that might be, I don't want to put this, maybe they have a mind of their own, Scorpio. You might be telling a child something more than once. So you could be, thank you, Spirit guys, like a know-it-all sort of thing. So maybe there's a child that doesn't listen. Some of you could possibly be dealing with someone who is military, ex-military. Maybe that's why you're moving around a lot. Maybe some of you what they're called military brats. Maybe you moved around a lot as a kid, or this is just your lifestyle. Or this is due to a breakup, or just due to maybe some financial instability. There's an end of a contract coming up. Some of you, maybe this is an end of a lease. You got some money coming in, Libra. Scorpio. Possibly coming through from a Libra. Yeah. If this is like visitation, if that's what this court situation is about, yeah. I think that there might be a possibility of somebody visiting a child. Whatever this is that's going on with your vehicle. Is it your tires, possibly your tire pressure, something like that? You might need to get your car serviced, Libra, across watcher, so that your car is not leaving you stranded. Definitely feels like it has something to do with tires. So I'm hearing the wheels on the bus go round and round. You definitely have a child. You might have a little kid. Nursery rhymes all of a sudden. Don't. It might be a challenge for you to stay calm. It almost seems like you have anxiety, Scorpio. Somebody that you don't want to associate with as well, Scorpio. Just by the looks of it. It looks like there's somebody you don't want to associate with. Somebody that you might feel is a nuisance. I don't know. It just seems like that sort of thing. Spirit guys, what is the advice for the Scorpio nation for the next 7 days? Scorpio, you're very creative. You might be getting back into the creative side of you. So maybe you paint, you sculpt, you write, you dance, you sing. There's a very creative side of you. It seems like spirit guides are encouraging you to dive right back into that. They're definitely encouraging you to use the power of your mind this week. It seems like you definitely have the ability to manifest your thoughts into reality. So it seems like you might be diving into that. Maybe that's what you're reading about. Because I mentioned to you, it looks like you're very curious about spiritual things. Maybe you're very into crystals. Maybe you're into magic or that sort of thing. I think that there are some consequences that somebody might be facing. So if someone is doing some sort of injustice to you, it seems like somebody might be facing their consequences. Or vice versa. Your guides are definitely inviting you to sharpen your focus. And they're definitely sending some advice to you. Maybe you've been seeking some guidance. And it seems like the guidance that you've been looking for is definitely coming into you, but a majority of that, yes, is coming into you, like you already knew. In other words, your intuition already told you, already had a deep inner knowing. And so now here's your confirmation that, yeah, what you thought you knew about a situation is actually the truth. In other words, clarity is coming in. So spirit guides are inviting you to be open to this clarity that you've been asking the universe for. And it seems like the spirit guides have a lot for you, but they're encouraging you to open up, yes, and be receptive, because it seems like maybe there's been some resistance. Maybe this is you yelling at the universe like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to deal with this. Whatever this is, it seems like there's a lot of transformation. And spirit guides are wanting you to invite this in, Scorpio, across watching. Maybe there's some resistance there. Spirit guides are saying this lesson that you're dealing with is best dealt with without the resistance. In other words, this is your spirit guides encouraging you to go with the flow. There's going to be some twists and turns in your situation. Maybe you feel like there's an opportunity that you squandered. Maybe it has nothing to do with a relationship. But it looks like there's an opportunity to learn from something that you dealt with and gone through in the past. With that, Scorpio Nation and Cross Watchers, this concludes your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. Thank you so very much for watching. Have a blessed, beautiful, productive week. Scorpio Nation and Cross Watchers, I'll see y'all in the next one. Capricorn Nation, this is a general reading. This means that not everything that I mentioned is going to be a direct fact of your situation. Listen to this with an open mind. Please avoid making any rash decisions based on what you hear from a general reading. If you'd like to read based on your own personal energy, you can, of course, book a session with me on my website, which happens to be AngelicAscentionsTarot.com. The start date for the tarot class has been pushed back to the end of the month, so if you would like to get in on the beginner or intermediate tarot classes, Visit my website for more details, AngelicAscensionsTarot.com, as I mentioned. We're going to go over some delicate topics as we always do. There's no avoiding that. So let's dive right in, Capricorn Nation and cross watchers. Let's see what's playing out for you over the next 7 days. Interesting. I left when I saw you with someone. So maybe somebody has left your life, or you maybe have decided that about your situation. Maybe there's something that you saw or you could see. You might be coming across something that maybe confirms something that maybe you've been maybe kind of suspecting, like, or thinking about. Somebody might be looking at the other person as though maybe they're demanding. So maybe there's somebody that's not ready to give you what you're looking for. I don't know. Just my feeling about this. Let's see it unfold, Capricorn and cross watcher. There's a lot of uncertainty in your situation, it looks like. Or you're starting off the beginning of the week feeling uncertain about some things, unsure of maybe what the solution is to a particular situation that you've been looking for. You're looking for clarity, and that clarity comes this week. So maybe there's an energetic blockage. It definitely feels like there's a lot of people, a lot of that, in a lot of different ways. So mentally, maybe you feel blocked from the answer. You feel like you can't see it. You feel like the solution to something is a bit obscure. This could be the way that someone is feeling about you, possibly. What might be blocking you energetically? That's interesting as I look at this. This looks like the Tower. I positively create my own destiny. Well, Tower is not always a bad thing, though. So it does. It seems like your mind is extremely powerful, and it's like your spirit guides are encouraging you to use your mind power for what's beneficial for you to, but use it for the right things, right? It seems like that's your superpower, is the power of your mind. You're learning to dive in and use it to co-create the type of life that you want. It seems like you're trying to create some sort of change in your situation, and so it seems like with focus you will, but it also feels like you're focused on what's broken. So this might be you kind of making some internal changes. You might be deciding that you're going to create new patterns in your life and maybe change some behaviors within yourself. Maybe you've attempted this before, but now it seems like you're really digging in. You're looking for lasting transformation. Either this is within yourself or you're hoping this for somebody else. So it seems like you're shifting your problem. Spirit wants you to shift your focus from the problem to possibilities. Because it seems like you feel like something is impossible, is what this looks like to me. I'm not sure what this is. Spirit guides, what's going on with the zodiac sign? Dealing with a Virgo. Okay. Random side note, some of you could possibly be going in for a dental cleaning. Maybe you're getting braces or a retainer. Getting your teeth done. You might be having some slow digestion as well. Something going on with your stomach, your GI tract. It seems like it might be a little bit slow there. Random side note. You're going through something. You've been going through something for a minute. But after you come out from the other side of this situation, you're going to realize how strong you are, Capricorn. So you guys are telling you never know what's possible with focus. So they're definitely reaffirming this to you again. Focus your mind. Move through it. Whatever this is, they want you to leave doubt behind to create your own destiny. And that's what this Tower is about. It just seems like there's some sort of change in your situation. And it seems like Spirit is trying to give you the strategy, the blueprint to a situation to turn it around. Because it seems like your thoughts have been pretty scattered. And they're saying that's what's going to sabotage your plan, is keeping your thoughts scattered. This is why they're emphasizing so much on focus. Spirit guides, what is going on with not Scorpio? Some of you maybe you are Scorpio sun. You definitely have the Scorpio cross watcher. I'm reading for Capricorn. Maybe on the Sag Capricorn cusp. So you could be on the Aqua Capricorn cusp. It seems like you're concerned about family. Maybe you want to work things out with family. Or maybe you want a situation to work for your family. So you're concerned about stability, financial stability. You're concerned about your home. You're concerned about your job. Main feature in your reading is an Aries, sun, moon, or rising. This is possibly the Scorpio we were talking about, Queen of Cups. You got a brilliant idea, Capricorn. Your guides are confirming to you that this idea is divinely guided. Especially if this is like a money-making idea, they're saying take action on this. Bring your ideas into fruition. They're definitely giving you the green light on something. You might be taking your umbrella. Where are we? We're still springtime. So yeah, I guess there still could be some rain in the springtime. Yeah, I think that there is a separation, an unwanted one. I think there's a situation where you're not talking to somebody. And I think that whatever happened here, there's a lot of resentment. There's a lot of thought about this. You're like somebody's thoughts are just very fixated on whatever this was that happened in the past. Some of you, maybe you were in a very codependent situation, or you're concerned about somebody that you love and you feel like they're in a codependent, unhealthy situation. Especially if this is like an onlooker. Somebody might see something that somebody else doesn't see, because maybe you feel like, I don't know, because you got the Two of Cups here. Maybe you are in love with someone, or maybe there's somebody that, I kind of want to say this might be a child, or maybe somebody doesn't quite see a situation the way that you see it. But the thing is, it looks like somebody is not serious about this relationship. Chances are, for some of you Capricorns, maybe somebody's posting a whole bunch of pictures online, making it seem like they're so happy and in love with somebody, but it seems like this might be all for show or all for the gram type of thing. Or maybe they're just kind of like flaunting this relationship in front of you to give you off, like to pretend that they don't care, to pretend that they don't love you, but it looks like deep down inside somebody does. It just seems like they don't have the tools, the right tools to have a genuine and healthy relationship with you without there being codependency. Somebody that you're dealing with lies about unnecessary things. And I think that there's a relationship right now that's struggling. It doesn't have to be that it's a romantic relationship. This could definitely be a parent-child relationship that's struggling. So yeah, maybe you feel like you do need some time away from someone. Maybe somebody has kind of pulled away from a situation because maybe they needed time to figure out their situation. Some of you've been involved in a third party. Somebody's put you in a whole little triad right here. Somebody is walking away from a situation, somebody feels used, or that you only come to them when it's convenient. So this is why somebody's pulled away. Somebody is hurt. Some of you could be asking someone out on a date. Capricorn or cross-watcher. I hear Scorpio. I had to recall who am I reading for. I'm well aware that I'm reading for Capricorn, but I heard Scorpio so loudly. Yeah. That's interesting. I left when I saw you with someone. You were blindsided by something, this looks like. I was mentioning to you, there's this whole triad here. So some of you, maybe you're in the thick of this week, and maybe this is what you're feeling emotional about. You were blindsided by that. Or especially like I said, somebody's taking a whole bunch of pictures online, you come across that, or somebody kind of comes back into your life and you kind of see them with somebody else. For some of you, this is the red flag in the situation. Your spirit guides are saying, here's your confirmation. Maybe this is something that you were wondering, or you already knew, but now you know. It's the fact that, yeah, there was somebody else, and now you see it for yourself. There's no confusion. There's no amount of gaslighting that can convince you that something isn't the truth. I was telling you, somebody lies about very unnecessary things. Somebody could have been honest with you and told you that there was somebody else. And it seems like now there's drama. Some of you, this is something that you're walking into this week. This is your guy saying, hey, red flag, Capricorn. Something isn't what it seems in this situation. Somebody isn't genuinely single, or somebody's not really truly ready to settle down. I think maybe for some of you, you figured out some of this stuff on the back end, and this is something that already happened. So it seems like right about now you have your heart under lock and key. And it doesn't look like you're, even though this is something that maybe you might think about, it seems like you put your focus on other things. Or this is your spirit guides, again, telling you, focus your mind, Capricorn, on the things that you want, not on the things that you don't want. So some of you, it feels like something is coming to an end. Or for some of you that are in this love triad situation, somebody might decide that they're leaving this situation. Somebody is packing their bags, ending the situation. And then it seems like maybe somebody is new on the scene. Now they're single. And this could be why somebody is coming to you. But again, red flag with this situation. Capricorn. It seems like somebody might be leaving a situation because they got caught. And they might be coming back to you to talk to you about some things. But by the time they come back, not Scorpio, Capricorn, this has to be a Scorpio. You got the lovers right here, so it's definitely be a Gemini. So you are in same-sex relationships. Or maybe that's what it is. You saw them with somebody else. Some of you, maybe you're in, maybe you didn't know somebody preferred the same sex. I don't know. That might be somebody's situation. That's why I'm saying Scorpio. Boy, stop. So yeah, that might be what this tower is in the situation. So yeah, if that is something that happened and it's past tense, this is obviously why you're not talking to somebody right now. It's another scenario here. This looks like this could be like a parent-child situation. There's a child that's hurt about something. It looks like there is a parent that wants to come and heal this pain, wants to come and maybe fix the situation, but it looks like maybe they might have to go through the mother to do that. And maybe you and your co-parenting partner are not on good terms right now. So somebody is just kind of sitting back and feeling like they just completely sabotaged the situation. I think somebody still cares about you, Capricorn, or cross-watcher. Possibly this King of Cups, who might be a Scorpio. This could easily be a Cancer or a Pisces that we're talking about. This might be a conversation about closure. I think some of you Capricorns might be realizing that you've outgrown what was now. And if something no longer aligns, you might be realizing that the Spirit is encouraging you maybe not to return to something that is no longer in alignment with the path that you're now traveling. Because it seems like the season in your life is now shifting to something else. It seems like now you're feeling very exhausted around this period of time. You're not getting enough sleep. Your guides are telling you, hey, Capricorn, respect your limits. Listen to your body. Give it the rest it deserves. It seems like your body might be kind of just demanding this of you. You might be just kind of sitting there, thinking about something, doing something, and then falling asleep out of nowhere because your body just needs that rest. Your body's needing this mental rest too, because it seems like you had a lot of stress, a lot of financial stress. He says you're a Capricorn, Sun, Scorpio rising. That makes a lot of sense. Why I keep saying Scorpio. You're doing some traveling as well. Maybe you're going someplace. Or maybe some of you, you're just kind of wandering. Maybe you're not sure exactly where you're going or what the future holds for you. They're definitely telling you, watch your step, Capricorn, or cross watcher. Somebody around you or your family might not have good intentions. So if something feels off about somebody, they're definitely telling you, don't overlook this. Chances are maybe they're not around you or your family, that maybe somebody else is going through something. Again, maybe you see something or somebody else sees something that the other one doesn't. Maybe you might be giving somebody a warning about something. There's a lot of messages from the spirit world that comes through. The spirit realm is trying to communicate with you. And I think that you're getting a lot of confirmations through your inner knowing. And I want to tell you that I think that there might be a lot of birds around you as well. Specifically crows. Or ravens. Owls. It seems like your ancestors have a lot to say. They want you to look beyond just what you see. Something in your situation, maybe there was a loss for you. Maybe there's something you tried and you feel like you failed it. You feel that it seems like there's a grander scheme of things going on in the background of the situation. It just seems like something seems unclear right now, but it seems like whatever this is, the answer is going to be revealed to you in time. There's a big shift to your situation. This might be something that you don't see. Something is unfolding right now. Something right now might feel a bit unstable, or what was stable for you is now unsteady. It's because it's time for your situation to shift. Your guides are telling you it's time to make room for something better. Something might seem like it has you wanting to break down. The spirit is actually preparing you for a breakthrough. There's a Taurus in your situation. Spotlight on earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or cross watcher. There's a message that you might be receiving from an earth sign, sun, moon, or rising. And yes, once again, spirit guides are saying there's a snake around you, Capricorn, or cross watcher, around you, or around somebody that you love, around your house, this sort of thing. Somebody that you might be letting cross the threshold of your home. So you could possibly be working with the moon. You could be working with deity spirits. So it definitely feels like you're in tune with your ancestors. You're doing some sort of ancestor magic. You got a message from an air sign that's coming through. Or you could possibly be, as I mentioned to you, Capricorn, Aquarius. So you have Capricorn with another air sign, Libra or Gemini, that's in your energy. But yeah, there's a messenger that you might be receiving. What somebody might be receiving is their karma. There's going to be consequences for someone's actions, especially if this might be why the ancestors are showing up. To balance a situation, to bring karma to a situation. Karma is not always bad. We learn from our karma. This is how we do self-reflection. We see what our flaws are, and we learn from these things to see what we can change moving forward. So this could definitely be some shadow work. But I definitely feel like if there's been some wrongdoing in your, there's not if. There usually is. Somebody's going to reap what they've sown, and this is your ancestors coming in to ensure that for you. Capricorn or cross watcher. But it seems like you've been going through something. It might not just be this situation that you've been blindsided. It might have been because of just your circumstances. It's a lot going on social media for you as well. Maybe there's something that you might see on social media, or maybe that's where you see this person, just like we talked about. Spirit guides, what is the advice for the Capricorn nation for the next 7 days? Spirit is taking you through a period of transition. They're encouraging you to go with the flow of things. There's going to be a lot of ebb and flow to your situation. Especially when it comes to your love life, your work situation, there's going to be some changes there. They're letting you know that you're almost there. You're almost at the finish line with something that you've been dealing with for a while. This thing that's making you feel emotional. You're almost there. Your guides are telling you to persist. They want you to persist with the situation. They want you to have faith. Because you may not already see it yet, Capricorn or cross watcher, you're on the brink of a breakthrough. Right now, it seems like your guys are wanting you to plan about something, to put a plan of action together, to figure out what your next steps are, and to turn your goals into reality this week especially. Because it looks like that you're about to celebrate some sort of achievement. You're going to triumph over something, especially a lot of personal growth, some changes that you're making. It doesn't matter how slow you go as long as you don't stop. So it just seems like your guys are saying you don't have to run to keep up with the pace. If you're moving slowly with something, or something might take a little bit of time, they're telling you, keep going. I think that's pretty much like the takeaway from your situation is you're almost there. There's something that's coming up for you. It seems like your wish is granted. There's an outcome to a situation that you've been looking for. And for some of you, this might be a move. And maybe there's some sort of outcome that you wanted. Maybe it's not materializing exactly the way that you had envisioned it, but it definitely feels like something, again, that's the major shift in your situation. Something good is about to happen, something you've been wishing for. They want you to continue to have courage and determination. They want you to be confident so that you can overcome these obstacles, because I promise you, you're almost there. Capricorn or cross watcher, that's what your spirit guides want you to see. They want you to take care of yourself, your emotional well-being, your physical well-being. It seems like that's going to be something that's very important. It seems like maybe you've been neglecting yourself on some level. With that, Capricorn Nation and cross watchers, this concludes your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. Thank you, Capricorn Nation and cross watchers, for tuning in. Have a blessed, beautiful, productive week. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, my fellow Capricorns. Leo Nation, this is a general reading. This means that not everything that I mentioned is going to be a direct match in your situation. Some things may resonate. Some things are messages meant for other people and not for you. So listen to this with an open mind. Please don't jump to any conclusions. Understand that the messages here can go vice versa. I can't control how much vice versa there is. So again, listen to this and apply it however it really truly resonates. Listen to this with an open mind and with discernment. If you like a read based on your own personal energy, I do offer personal readings, and my website happens to be AngelicAscentionsTarot.com. We're always going to go over delicate topics. Leo, consider that a trigger warning. As I said, Leo, I heard Gemini. Some of you are obviously dealing with someone from the Gemini Nation, or you're Gemini cross watcher. Maybe these are your placements. Spirit, what's going on with the zodiac sign Leo? What's going on with your ears? Having a lot of, what am I trying to say? Your ear ringing, ear pressure, like your ears popping. I speak and hear only positive words. Positivity flows through my being. Okay. It seems like Spirit does have a positive word for you. Leo, maybe you just needed this encouragement, possibly. You needed to hear something. So something that might be a timely message, something that's very encouraging and uplifting. You might just hear it. You might come across it this week. Somebody's name could possibly be Grace in your situation. It seems like there's a lot of radical change. There's definitely something going on in astrology. It feels like, but as soon as I part the deck, no. Some of you, maybe there's a child that you have, and maybe they don't want to listen. This is you. Maybe there's some sort of assignment Spirit is put upon you, and you're like, no, I just don't want to do it. I just don't want to go through this. That sort of thing. I think if we're talking about a love situation, that no situation has something to do with the person that we're talking about. What's going on here? It's your twin flame for some of you. The divine counterpart. Maybe they don't want to get with the program. Yeah, maybe the no in this situation is you putting boundaries. Maybe this doesn't have anything to do with a twin flame. It could be with a family member that we're talking about. What's the boundary? Might be some rain coming up. Maybe you've gotten some rain, Leo, or cross watcher. For some of you, maybe something's going on with your windshield. The visibility on your windshield. Maybe you might want to get some windshield wipers. Windshield dirty, crap. You're driving someplace, it looks like. There's an obstacle that I think you're concerned about. If you're concerned about where you're going or how you're going to get to a certain place, it seems like transportation might just be something that's on your mind. Might be getting your car serviced. Your guides are definitely telling you trust your inner wisdom. There's something that you already know. You got a deep inner knowing about something, or you're like, this is your spirit guides giving you some sort of message, and they're telling you to take action on something. So maybe there's been something that you delayed, you procrastinated on, and you might be deciding, or this is your confirmation. Act on it. Your inner knowing knows something. They're telling you act on it without delay. There's some things in your life you don't understand why the heck it's playing out this way. Your guides are telling you everything is happening the way that it is supposed to, Leo. I heard Libra. And I think that maybe you don't have an understanding about why certain things are happening. They're saying that, yeah, you're going to get some understanding about why. Your guides are talking to you about maybe having some more fun, enjoying life a bit more. Leo or cross watcher, it seems like you've been very serious. I think maybe you've been having some misunderstandings. It definitely feels like you have a wall up with someone. I think that there is a lot on your mind, and you might feel like you just need a mental vacation. So maybe you might be calling out this week, or maybe you just might be spending some time alone. I think that you are concerned about your living situation, which I think is temporary. Some of you, what might be temporary about it is maybe there's an end of a lease coming up. Maybe, again, as I mentioned to you, maybe you're not sure where you're going to go. Or you're concerned about someone else that might be going through something else, such as this. You're walking away from something. You're walking away from something that's been difficult. The spirit guides are saying it's time for some sort of change in your situation, which we're going to see is what we're going to see what this is about. The month of February could have been relevant for you. This could be a Pisces we could be talking about. We could also be talking about an Aquarius. Yep. As soon as I say so, here's an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. What's this about? I think you got a dilemma here. I think somebody might want to talk, Leo. I just think that somebody trying to get something over on you is what this feels like. Somebody lied to you about something, and I think now you see the truth of it. And I think that somebody wants to talk. I do. I think that maybe somebody completely left a situation when things got really complicated between the two of you. Maybe you needed this space, but maybe it came at an awkward time, or it's coming at an awkward time. I think there's been a lot of damage that's been created from a relationship. I think both of you might be hurting from this. This could definitely be your connection with family. So I think there might be an apology in this situation, Leo. Or there's an attempt at this. Yep, possibly coming from a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Somebody is missing you. They're thinking about you. And they feel pushed to come and talk to you. And you might be feeling them intuitively. You might feel intuitively that this is something that's getting ready to play out. This person might be having dreams about you. It also feels like there's maybe some depression that somebody is going through in this situation. And maybe due to depression, somebody is diving into their addictions pretty hardcore. I don't think somebody knows how to fix this with you, especially this past conflict when somebody put their foot in their mouth. Somebody could have said something real out of pocket, real foul, real swift, yeah. Or this could be you having said this to somebody, maybe to a child. You might see this person before the next 7 days. It definitely feels like for some of you there's a reunion, possibly between you and this King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Somebody had you in a third party, or they currently have you in a third party. That might have been what created the damage. Or this is somebody that may have chosen somebody else. Maybe they moved on to another relationship. Maybe somebody left their kids behind, this sort of thing. And maybe that created a lot of friction here is what this is. Somebody wants to maybe coexist. Leo. Yeah, I think somebody did really big for their lifestyle. I think there could have been a lot of gossip in this situation. There is a bird. We already said earth signs. Somebody feels like you kind of pushed them out of your life. They feel very alienated by you. Yeah, definitely. Somebody left for their lifestyle. That could have been the cause of your friction. Is the fact that maybe they couldn't be truthful, because it looks like somebody has a family or supposed to be in a committed situation, but they got all kinds of miscellaneous people in the background. And I think that's something that you kind of came to see about the situation. So then we come into your house, this looks like. It looks like you're really in the 4 walls of your mind around this time, Leo or cross-watcher. You're doing a lot of thinking. It looks like there's something that you're trying to establish for yourself, and it seems like it's peace through boundaries. Some of you, maybe you have a physical injury. You have an injury. It feels like maybe if you have an injury possibly on your hands, or maybe you're not feeling well. Yep, somebody definitely walking on eggshells in this situation. What is anything else for the Leo nation? Your elders are definitely coming in with guidance. You could possibly be talking to an elder about guidance, especially an air sign. Some of you, maybe you are oracles. Maybe you read tarot. Definitely feel like there's something about your abilities. So you have psychic abilities or some other healing ability. It definitely feels like this is being enhanced around this period of time. Your luck is definitely getting ready to change. I think that maybe you're traveling maybe long distance travel. This seems like this is a good thing. And anything that has been blocked off from you, it seems like now the opportunity is open. Maybe some of you might have lost your keys, misplaced them in some sort of, you might be finding them, you might be locating them, or some of you, maybe you're getting the keys to something, because it definitely feels like there's an agreement that might be coming in for you. Might be getting the keys to a new vehicle, maybe it's to a new place. Yeah, I think that's what you're focused on, is stabilizing your finances. Because it seems like things have been maybe a little bit unpredictable when it came to your finances. I think for you, some of you, maybe this is a job offer, or some of you, maybe some money is coming in. You might be receiving some money from something. Advice for the Leo nation for the next 7 days. We're going to be making some fast progress with something, Leo. Something that you wanted, or something that you're working on. There's some progress on something that might be happening way sooner than you thought. But it looks, yeah, especially if you've been patient with something. Something's still going to require you to be patient, but something is still kind of quick at the same time. How do I make this make sense? You in your mind, you think something is going to take way longer than what it really is. Patience is still going to be required, but you're going to see something beginning to unfold very quick. Definitely some illusions are being revealed in your situation. Oh, what I was trying to say, your cards are trying to reassure you over and over again that you're moving. I don't know if somebody is discouraged about a move situation. The Spirit is definitely talking about this. Some of you have water in your natal chart, or you're connected to somebody that is a water sign, or Spirit is saying, hey, you might want to go to the water. You might want to refresh yourself with the energy of the water. Maybe you're going to, I'm trying to say going to the gym. You might be going to the beach. You might feel pulled to the water, is what this is to me. It seems like your spirit guides want you to do a spiritual cleanse. They want you to ground your energy, is what this is. They want you to enjoy simplicity, the simple things in life, and they want you to take care of yourself. Nurture yourself, prioritize yourself, Leo or cross watcher. They're definitely letting you know that you're in a state of transition. So if there's something about your circumstance that you want to change, it seems like that change is happening. But let's run it back. They're telling you everything is happening exactly as it is supposed to with hidden blessings you will soon understand. They're telling you all is well. It doesn't seem like you feel that, or that you kind of see that that's the situation, that's the circumstance right now, that there's a shift that's getting ready to happen. It's all happening for a reason. It seems like you've been struggling to kind of find the right path in life, and Spirit is placing you on this path with these changes that are getting ready to happen. With that, Leo Nation and Cross Watchers, this concludes your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. Thank you so very much, Leo Nation and Cross Watchers, for coming through. Have a blessed, beautiful, productive week. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, Leo Nation. Aries Nation. Aries, this is a general reading. This means that not everything mentioned is going to be a perfect fact in your situation. Listen for what resonates, disregard what is clearly not your message. Please avoid making any rash decisions based on a general. You like a general reading based on your own personal energy? And of course, book me for a session on my website, which happens to be AngelicAscentionsTarot.com. Delicate topics will be discussed. Trigger warning. Reclining hand to big toe pose. Injure your toe. I don't know. I am at one with the universe. Its abundance is mine to enjoy. This is Aries. Okay. Well, it looks like there's an abundance coming in for you. Spirit wants you to be confident about something. There's a Pisces that's around you, or that might be around you. Sun, moon, or rising, by the way. There's an ending in your situation. Your spirit guides are letting you know that endings always bring about new beginnings. There might be something in your life that needs to be released, so a reset can happen for new things, in order for new things to come into your life. So yeah, Aries, I think there might be some endings in your situation or around you. There's a court situation that I think you might be concerned about. I think whatever this happens to be in court that you're dealing with, I think something is going to be dealt with in a fair manner. Or you'll get a fair chance to maybe speak your piece on the situation if you happen to be speaking in court. You guys are definitely talking to you about taking care of your well-being. It seems like you feel that there's some sort of discomfort in your body, and your guides are telling you that they want you to give your body a chance to heal from this. I think that there is a legal situation for some of you. Somebody might be under investigation. Aries. Somebody might be investigating you. Investigating something having to do with you or this sort of thing. Let's look into this. Leo shows up as a part of the deck. Fire. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Maybe this is a fire sign to fire sign relationship. But heavily featured is a Scorpio. Whoever you're dealing with, Aries, is uncommitted. Or if some of you, maybe you're interested in someone. Maybe these days, Aries, Nation, or Cross Watcher, maybe you're not looking for a committed situation. Or some of you, maybe that's what somebody wants you to do. They want you to be honest about the fact that maybe you don't want something serious. Something turns out to be a one-sided situation. I don't know what this is. Let's see. Because it looks like you want one thing and somebody else wants another. You don't want a serious situation. They want something serious from you. Or this might be what ends the situation. Yeah. Maybe somebody didn't see this coming. Maybe something ended. We did talk about there being an ending and a new beginning. Maybe something didn't go as planned. I think something did end, or something could be ending. I heard myself say did end. I think something was a dead end, to be honest. So maybe it's a dead end job, or this is a relationship that may have hit a dead end. Something didn't go as planned, and I think you're still stressed about this. Or this is somebody leaving a situation, just feeling stressed out about it. Maybe it has something to do with a Libra, your opposite sign. So, Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, it shows up. Some of you could be Libra, Virgo, cusp. Definitely there's some frustration and stress in this situation. There's Sagittarius, Scorpio, Taurus. Yep, definitely a Virgo. Spotlight on a Virgo. A lot going on in the dream world this week. You're dreaming about some things. Maybe dreaming about a particular person, or there's somebody that might have a dream that kind of reveals the truth to them about this situation. So we have a pending legal case, as this looks like. Maybe it's not really moving along. Maybe for some of you, somebody is not showing up in court, or someone did not show up to court. Be careful that this isn't you. If there's a court date, make this court date. This is going to be important for you. Yeah, let me emphasize that again. If you got a court date coming up, don't miss that court date. You're going to regret it. See what? Reconciling with someone, or maybe there's somebody that you'll see again in court. Somebody's giving you a lot of chaos magic, Aries. I'm going to just say it. You want to grab a charger. Aries, maybe you have like a drawer full of chargers. Maybe they're kind of disorganized. You might need a charger. I don't know if it's for your computers, for some sort of device. Maybe it's your phone. So maybe you're putting a device in the shop again. Maybe you want to communicate with someone, but maybe somebody doesn't have like the means to communicate. Maybe their phone is messed up. Somebody, you like have a cracked screen or something like that. Or this is again what you need a charger for. It's your phone. Maybe your battery life on your phone is kind of I don't know, kind of drains fast. Random side note. It definitely feels like you're kind of pulling away from people, Aries or cross watcher. Maybe you're just overwhelmed by some things that are just on your mind, and you just need some time to kind of recharge. Maybe that's what that is. Maybe there has been some conflict between you and someone that you're in a relationship with. Others of you, this doesn't have something to do with a relationship. The conflict could have something to do with court. Maybe you're taking a company to court. Some of you, maybe you're struggling with school. Or there's a child that might be struggling to pick up the material that's being taught to them. It could be somebody kind of struggling with life, maybe repeating lessons again and again. This isn't said to humiliate someone. We all go through lessons. We all repeat the process of things before we kind of get the lesson. So that's being said in a loving way. It's being said to kind of shed light on the situation. Because it seems like there's a lesson that somebody might be repeating in this situation. Some of it might be kind of unnecessary, because it seems like Spirit is trying to open your eyes about this, Aries or cross watcher, about maybe how to break a particular cycle that you feel is, again, very redundant, very repetitive, so that you can kind of get out of this and move forward. I think you might be feeling a little bit discouraged, especially when you're thinking about the future. I think what Spirit is trying to remind you is you've done this before. You've been here before. Some of these things might feel like deja vu to you. It might feel like a dream. I think that your ancestors are definitely coming in to give you a word of advice. They're trying to remind you, again, you've done this before. Certain lessons that you've learned, that you came here to learn before, you're relearning these things. I think that you feel confused, but spirit guides are saying you're not really confused, Aries or cross watcher. So they're coming in with some reminders this week. And I think your spirit guides are trying to give you some encouragement. I think they're trying to tell you that you're doing better than you think. You're doing better than you're really truly giving yourself credit for. I think that if you're planning to travel someplace, you might be a little bit turned around. You might be a little bit late. So Spirit is saying prepare accordingly. What you might be late for is some bills, which I think you'll figure out the remedy to before the conclusion of these next 7 days. Maybe this entails you contacting someone, let them know that you're going to be a little bit late. Maybe this is you putting together a payment plan or something like this. Your guys are definitely talking to you about focusing. You got some luck that I think is getting ready to take place for you, but it seems like your guys are trying to give you clarity. You could be reconnecting with someone. Somebody hasn't seen you in a while, Aries. I think somebody misses having you around, and I think somebody might say this to you, or at least if they don't say it to you, it comes in as a passing thought. Chances are they might actually say it to you. They might have a bit of pride, and maybe that might, for some of you, maybe somebody might not say that that's how they're feeling and thinking, but for some of you, maybe this might be someone that sets their pride aside to say this. What somebody might be kind of putting their pride aside about is, maybe I mentioned to you, there's a financial situation. Somebody could possibly be coming to you for financial assistance. Maybe you might be doing somebody a favor. Somebody could possibly be repaying you for a loan, or you could be seeking a loan. There's somebody that you might feel is kind of meddling in your situation. I see somebody kind of stepping in to try to influence or control your situation. Or that might be how you see the situation, possibly. I think you're concerned about your health or someone else's. Their health, their well-being. Because I mentioned to you, did I say this? Somebody might be going through a depression. Or maybe you just don't feel well. I think this is something going on with your mind. It feels like your mind is spiraling. Maybe you might feel like you just need some space to think so that you can maybe figure some things out. And maybe you might be taking that space. Maybe you just, again, you might feel like you just need some alone time to recharge, is what this looks like. Recharge. Is somebody recharging something? Maybe you might be getting charged with something more than once. No, we're talking about court. Okay, you've gone to court before, Aries. You can't get charged with the same crime more than once. Maybe you're appealing something. Or somebody is going back for a repeated type of situation. Okay, it just seems like I mentioned you some sort of pattern, some sort of cyclical pattern. The Spirit is trying to help you to break. It seems like you're having a hard time breaking this pattern. There's something that I think, yeah, there's a repeat of a situation. So if you're going to court, it seems like you've repeatedly gone to court for something, or you're going to court for something again, is what this looks like. But you're not happy to go to court about this. Or the judge that you're going to is possibly a bit strict. Maybe you feel like you don't have the money to take care of something. So I don't know if you have like a deadline to pay something with the court. It's court fines, court fees, I'm not sure. If we're paying your lawyer. Definitely, it feels like somebody's ready to defend themselves. Whoever this is that you're taking to court, it seems like they're a bit mischievous is not the right word. Okay, this is somebody with authority. This is somebody that might be corrupt. Somebody's lying in court about something. Lying to protect their own assets, basically. And maybe this has something to do with a contract. Maybe you're releasing yourself from a contract. For some of you, maybe this is divorce court. Maybe you're finally filing for divorce. Some of you, maybe you feel like your lawyer is not adequate enough to maybe take on this case. You could be questioning your lawyer. So there might be communication about a court case that might be floating around. Maybe things have been quiet for a minute, or there's been a delay with the court case. It seems like something might be moving forward. It seems like maybe there's, with work, maybe that's where the conflict is. It might have something to do with your coworkers. Maybe you don't like your coworkers. Maybe your coworkers are messy. Or you might feel like one of them is up to something. It might be this Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Who am I ready for? I'm ready for Aries. Somebody might feel like it's you. Or it could be another fire sign. Some of you, maybe you're leaving this job. Some of you could be maybe offered a new position. Maybe that's what this new contract is about. It's the last time you spoke to your mom, Aries. It seems like maybe your mom might be concerned about you. Maybe you might be going to see your mother, paying her a visit, whether she's alive or she has passed on. Just, yeah. With court, it seems like something might be finalized around this period of time. So that might be where you're getting communication, where there's been a delay. And that might be where there's this court situation that comes up. Whatever this legal situation is, this might have something to do with the government, possibly. I don't know. You're getting some sort of letter, information, message. Maybe you're doing your taxes. I don't know. Yeah, there's somebody bragging a lot in this situation. Or maybe somebody wants to share some good news with you that maybe they're experiencing in their lives. Maybe this might be you. It seems like you might have something really good getting ready to happen, a really good outcome. There's somebody that owes you an apology, Aries, or somebody might feel it is you. It just seems like somebody is like not, like they're withholding this apology. Again, it's this pride. Maybe some of you have a special needs child, Aries. The advice for the Aries nation for the next 7 days. Aries. Something that you're absolutely passionate about. It's something that you guys want you to go back to. Maybe there's a fire around you. Aries across what you're really hearing sirens with fire truck. Some things have been blocked for you, Aries, a cross watcher. Now it seems like your spirit guides are coming in to clear the pathway. You're going to be receiving a lot of revelation, some things that maybe you didn't see or know about. It seems like this information is coming to you. The Spirit made a promise to you. They wanted you to stay committed to your path. Even though it's been very difficult for you, Aries, it seems like there's a fulfillment that's coming in for you. Something that you really wanted. Spirit comes in to fulfill this for you in the form of opportunities. But of course, where there's opportunities, there might be a snake. Because this is what this looks like. It's kind of how the cards are positioned. There's a snake in your path. Somebody's trying to block something for you. Or there's a spirit saying, you know what, you're on the way up, Aries, or cross-watcher, but you might want to make sure that you might want to see the snakes in the grass. It seems like that's what spirit guides are revealing to you. Who is a snake in the grass in your situation? There's definitely somebody masking something. Somebody could possibly be posing online, catfishing you online, this sort of thing. I also feel like somebody could possibly be masking their true feelings in this situation. They're definitely telling you that, and it's not to say to go to extremes and trust no one, but they're definitely saying be careful about who you're trusting, especially with your personal information. There's somebody in the background of your situation that's jealous, trying to block something for you. But your guides come in to remove this person or reveal something to you, reveal a person to you, really. Reveal their true intentions, this sort of thing, so that you see the truth, so that now you're completely aware of who's around you or who's around someone that you love. With that, Aries Nation, this concludes your 7-day forecast. Have a beautiful, productive week. Aries Nation, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Cancer Nation, this is a general reading. Not everything mentioned in this reading is going to be a perfect match to what's going on in your situation. Listen to this with discernment. Understand that even though I'm saying that these things might play out for you over the next 7 days, not everything happens at the same exact time for everyone. Listen, so again, listen to this with an open mind. Please avoid making any rash decisions over something that you hear from a general reading. If you like a read based on your own personal information, book me for a session. My website happens to be AngelicAscensions.com. If you're interested in learning tarot, I definitely like to teach you. I do have classes that are available. They begin later on this month. Visit my website for more details to find out how you can get a seat for the class that's coming up. We're going to go over delicate topics just like we always do, Cancer. Take that as a trigger warning. And let's dive in. Boy, chill. You stressed out over something, Cancer, class watcher. It seems like there's something that you're trying to shift in your situation. Something that you want, and it feels like it hasn't happened yet, and it seems like you're maybe getting a bit impatient about it. You guys are telling you your story isn't over, Cancer. I speak and hear only positive. This is crazy. What did I get this for? I got this for a Leo. No, it's not a surprise. Cancer and Leo are on the cusp, on the zodiac wheel. So I think you might have a lot in common with Leo. Some of you have the gift of clairaudience. You have some sort of spiritual gift. You're going through a career transition is what this looks like. Cancer. Some of you might be, or you might be connected to somebody that could be going through a career transition around this period of time. Your life purpose is getting ready to change. I want to have your GPS ready. Cancer, it seems like you could be traveling, you could be going somewhere, and maybe you're not quite sure how to get there. Especially in a situation where punctuality is a factor. You want to plan accordingly in this situation. Feeling discouraged about something. Who did I just read for? Stop it. I just read for Aries. Some of you are definitely connected to an Aries, so you have this in your natal chart. You have an Aries that you're connecting to possibly. Yep. Maybe this is the person that you're meeting because it definitely feels like you're making a connection with someone. Possibly another fire sign. I said another fire sign. Some of you could possibly be, like as I mentioned to you, you could be cussed by the zodiac sign of Leo. Somebody's coming to talk to you. Somebody might want to talk to you. Something might be a bit urgent. Maybe somebody has something to say, and it might be this fire sign. Chances are somebody did say something to you, and they messed up. Hey. Yeah. What is this? I'm ready for Cancer. Yeah, you're walking away from something. You're letting something go. or you're ignoring something, possibly ignoring someone. Some of you read tarot, or that's what brings you to tarot, is to maybe figure out your situation. Maybe you have a feeling about something or a feeling about someone. I don't think you're wrong. I don't think that you're wrong about this feeling that you're having about something. Some of you, maybe this is like mother's intuition or something like this. Wow, as soon as I said that, a whole bunch of cards turned. Some of you are concerned about a living situation. You're concerned about stability, providing stability. It seems like your finances might be a little bit off. Maybe you're trying to figure some things out when it comes to your funds, especially maybe when it comes to a car. Because it definitely feels like you might be looking into getting a new car. Maybe you're needing to put some money into a vehicle this week. Maybe it might be some money that you don't feel like you have. Maybe it's because you might feel like you don't have a vehicle. So you're having to maybe fork out money for transportation. It's like alternate transportation in some other way. You're leaving something. Okay. You're leaving a toxic situation. Some of you are obviously leaving a toxic relationship. It doesn't have to be that it's a romantic relationship. Family members can be toxic too. Maybe you're leaving them behind. Hey. Yeah, you are. You're traveling. I mentioned that to you. So you're traveling, but it seems like you're exhausted. There's some manipulation around you, okay? Somebody might be manipulating somebody that you care about. I mentioned to you, you have a feeling about something. You have a feeling about somebody's motive. Maybe you feel like somebody has a hidden motive in your situation. Spirit guides. Yeah, I was asking spirit guides, is there a hidden motive? Well, yeah, it looks like that I've answered my own question. It is right there already. Who might be the one with the hidden agenda is this water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. So it might feel like it's you, Cancer. So it might feel like you got some tricks up your sleeve. Or the reading can be reversed. Feel the need to over-explain it. Yeah, it could possibly have something to do with a water sign. Definitely see somebody being very obsessed about you. Somebody is obsessed about what they think, like what they think you make, like as far as money is concerned. Or for some of you, maybe this is like a transactional type of relationship. Maybe somebody's here for money. Or there's something that you're observing. Maybe you feel like somebody's in a situation for what they can gain out of it. Maybe one has money and the other one doesn't, this sort of thing. But there's definitely some obsession in the background of this. It may not even really be in the background. This might be something that you kind of clearly see. Especially at this point. This has been going on for quite some time, Cancer. Okay, let's talk about it. I was asking spirit guys to shed some light on it. That might be why you're coming to tarot. You have a feeling about something. Some of you, it seems like you might have a feeling about something that's going on with your body. I mentioned to try not to go into detail about health in the readings. If I see it, I'll mention it. I'll skim the surface of it, but I don't need people to start panicking. And 9 times out of 10, I'm probably not even talking about you. I might be talking about somebody that you know, or it just doesn't resonate. But I'll say this. I think that what you might have a feeling about is that something is going on with your health, but maybe you can't quite pinpoint what it is. It seems like some of you might be going to get a body scan to look closer into seeing what might be the issue. Some of you, I feel like there could be something going on that could be heart related. But maybe getting something checked out might give you freedom of mind, like mental freedom, where you're not constantly thinking about this and this doesn't continue to become a distraction for you. Because it seems like you might be feeling exhausted out of nowhere. You might just be having symptoms that kind of come up out of nowhere, and maybe, again, this might give you peace of mind by getting something taken care of or getting it looked into. Somebody feels like there's a lot of negative energy between you and them. For some of you with this obsessed person, I can absolutely see why. But it seems like if this is something else aside from this weirdness in the background, it seems like somebody wants to diffuse that negative energy. Or this is just you. When it comes to some negative energy that is obviously coming toward you, you're diffusing that so that you can have stress and peace. Definitely somebody is masking something. Something's going on social media in your situation. So this is somebody watching you or being obsessed with something that you're doing. It would definitely be online. And someone's trying to bring some type of anonymity to this. Like they're not commenting under their own name. They're trolling you under somebody else's account. Trying to hide something is what this looks like. That's just side information. I don't think that's very important, but it's somebody's confirmation. You got somebody new entering your life, Cancer or cross-watcher. This could definitely be in the form of love. You could be meeting somebody new. Somebody sees you in a very positive light, so it seems like somebody might be approaching you. Yeah, here we go with the trolling. It seems like it might be endless in your situation. Let's say somebody is watching you. But I also feel like your third eye is open. Especially if you read tarot. So maybe you're kind of living your purpose around this period of time. Yep, you are meeting someone new. There's definitely someone entering your life, somebody that you're making a connection with coming up. So maybe you're developing feelings for someone. Some of you, maybe you have an academic goal. Maybe you're studying. Maybe for an exam. Some of you could possibly be receiving funds from school. Maybe this is a scholarship, a grant. There's some money coming to you. Some of you, maybe you might be, I'm hearing bank statements. Something might be going on with transactions. Can you see what sign is watching Cancer? It's gonna be different for everybody. Let's look into it though. Interesting. As soon as I part the deck Pisces, and I was about to show you, I did mention a water sign. Capricorn is here. Usually the signs that are watching you is the signs that I slip up on. Like I'll be reading for your sign and say all of a sudden just randomly I say Virgo or I say Libra. It's usually that's who's cross-watching for you. There is an air sign in your situation. But specifically, spotlight is on Pisces. It's on Capricorn. It's on another Cancer. Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Mars would be Scorpio and Aries. Maybe somebody you're having conflict with. Somebody you're going back and forth with. The moon, Cancer. It's another Cancer, sun, moon, or rising in your situation. Something going on with your throat. Is your throat scratchy or whatever? This is Cancer. Maybe there's something that you need to say. So maybe there's a Taurus. I did say Taurus. Somebody watching you is, okay, I mentioned to you, social media. You guys, some sort of social media platform, social media presence. This would be a good thing. It seems like, especially if you're like posting for a particular purpose and your intention is to extend your reach on socials, extend your message to others. Let's talk about that. Let's see. Maybe you post for fun. Maybe you do. Or this is somebody trolling you, having a whole bunch of fun, like they're on a spree with it. They got some yes men in the background. You're welcome. Oh, who is watching me with a fire sign? That's who this is. Yeah, come on, let's talk about it. I was telling you somebody's doing magic in this situation. I think you know. I don't think it comes as a surprise to you. I think you already know somebody is cooking up a scheme in the background, whether it's through magic or there's some sort of manipulation. So yeah, you got some haters. Anyway, I think that there might be some conflicts. Like there's some people that you work with, it just seems like somebody might rather fight with you than work peacefully. It looks like you're looking for cooperation from someone and it just seems like it's not there. Shh, boy. Yeah, I'm trying to move past this whole conflict situation and see what else might be playing out. But this is either something that's going on directly with you and someone, or you're observing this, especially if this is an online situation. It just seems like somebody is watching your money. Unless that's Uncle Sam watching your money. It is tax season, right? Some sort of dilemma that you're trying to solve. We talked about that at the beginning of the breeding. Something that you're concerned about. You're concerned about something happening and it hasn't. So you're feeling discouraged about it. I think you're coming up with a strategy. I think you're figuring out, I think you're focused on what's not working, but your guides are telling you rather than focusing on that, they're encouraging you to work on a strategy. Boy. They want you to focus on a strategy. It seems like your body is tense, your thoughts are scattered, and your guides are telling you, coming from approaching this situation, whatever this is, whatever this issue is that you're trying to solve, they're telling you that this could sabotage even the best plan. So they're definitely encouraging you to relax, to reset your energy, and to begin again when you're at a place when you have more clarity. It definitely feels like there's something going on with your privacy. Somebody doesn't respect your privacy. There could be some eavesdropping in the situation. Because it looks like somebody is listening, or some things that you're saying can be heard. It's audible. Somebody else is listening. Audible. Maybe you're into audiobooks, or you're connected to somebody who is. You're going to have some opportunities coming in this week, especially maybe some opportunities to have fun, because it definitely feels like you've been focused on achievement. You're goal-oriented, which is a beautiful thing, but Spirit is saying balance goes a long way too. That might be why your thoughts are scattered, is because you're just so fixated on one thing. Is this Cancer? Yeah, it's Cancer. I was like, are you a fixed sign? But you're not. Maybe you might be somewhere else in your chart. Such as Sag is not a fixed sign, but I heard Sag. So Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio might be in your natal chart. Your world is very busy, is very demanding this week. They're definitely talking to you about having peace of mind and protecting yourself, protecting your aura. Okay? Because as I mentioned to you, there's some negative energy surrounding you, especially if you happen to be on social media. Let me make it clear, there's a mix of people that are watching this. There's some people that are entertained by something that you do or say. Maybe they're not on social media and watching you. Wherever this is, it just seems like there's some people that, even if these are people watching, right? And they happen to be observing you. Some people like you, but then you got some haters. Not that they matter, but Spirit is definitely trying to make you aware of who is in your surroundings. You might be collaborating with some people, or this is your guide saying good things are not always achieved alone. Maybe it would be good to connect with someone, or there might be some mutual support that someone is giving to you in order to accomplish a particular goal. Definitely manipulation exists in the background. They're letting you know that if you're kind of feeling this or sensing it, because let's make it clear. Did I put that away? I think I did. Yeah, no, I didn't. This card says feeling. So maybe you might have a feeling about something and your guides are definitely confirming it for you. 1 second, please. You might have a feeling about something and you're right. Definitely trust your discernment, your gut feeling about a situation, because it definitely shows it is right. Holy Spirit, the advice for the Cancer Nation for the next 7 days. Your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. Spirit is definitely letting you know that there's going to be some sort of success in your situation. Yes, in the form of opportunities. I did mention to you, some of you are going through a career transition. There's going to be some important doors opening for you this week. They're definitely telling you create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. Your ancestors, your angels, your spiritual team, your spiritual connections, they're reaching out to you. They're saying they want some time with you. They're trying to pull you in and scoot you closer, because it seems like they have a lot of messages that they want to convey to you about some things that are going to be very important, especially what we talked about. You have a feeling about something, or there's just a lack of direction, a lack of clarity about what to do. They're saying this isn't something that you got to do alone. You're not left here to kind of figure things out by yourself. Your guys are saying lean in. They've got some messages for you, Cancer or Cross Watcher. But they want you to intentionally carve out the time to hear from them. It seems like that's going to be something, as with any week, but especially this week, something that's especially important. With that, Cancer Nation and Cross Watchers, this concludes your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. Thank you, Cancer Nation and Cross Watchers, for tuning in. Have a blessed, beautiful, productive week. I'll see y'all in the next week. Peace out, Cancer Nation. Thanks for watching. Taurians. Taurus, this is a general reading. This means that not everything mentioned here is going to be a direct match in your situation. Listen for what resonates and disregard what is not your message. Please avoid making any rash decisions based on a general reading. If you'd like a read based on your own personal energy, I do offer personal readings. My website happens to be AngelicAscensionsTarot.com. If you'd like me to teach you to read tarot, I do have tarot classes available on my website. If you'd like to book a seat for the tarot classes that are upcoming at the end of the month, visit my website for more details. We're going to talk about delicate topics as we always do. Consider that a trigger warning, but you're here, so I'm kind of feeling like the trigger warning is unnecessary. But let's dive in. Maybe you're new here, and if you are, welcome. And welcome back to those of you who have returned. This is Taurus. As soon as we jump into the reading, your guides are saying you're concerned about your finances. Or you're concerned about somebody that might be going through a financial issue. But if you might be feeling as though you're wasting a lot of money, or a lot of money has been wasted on something, so you could possibly be making some changes when it comes to your finances. It's an air sign in your energy, which will be Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. There's a Pisces in your situation. I don't understand. It seems like you feel stuck. This is Taurus. You feel stuck for whatever reason. Maybe you feel stuck in the house. You feel stuck maybe because of a financial situation. Yeah, some of you are April Tauruses. Or maybe April this month. Maybe somebody's name is April. But maybe this month things have been maybe something. Some of you might be connecting with someone who is named after a stone. Maybe somebody's name is diamond or sapphire or ruby, pearl. Here, garnet. I don't think anybody will be named. I don't know. Maybe there's a Capricorn or an Aquarius that could be relevant to this situation. I don't think you've been feeling well, or you might be connected to somebody who doesn't feel well. Maybe some of you work in healthcare. You're tending to other people in some sort of way, even if it's not health related. It could definitely be mental health. Some of you could be therapists. Maybe not in a traditional sense, maybe. Maybe that's what you're going to school to study, because I definitely see an academic goal for you here. And it seems like you're upset with someone, Taurus, or someone's upset with you. You're upset with a fire sign or a Scorpio, or you're possibly the observer of people that are upset with themselves. With themselves. Interesting. Somebody might be upset with themselves. They might be upset with themselves, but lashing out on you. Somebody might be playing victim when they're really the cause of somebody's pain. Looks like you're traveling, Taurus. This might be a week where you might be feeling particularly moody, or you might be dealing with someone who is feeling this way. There's some manipulation in this circumstance. I think somebody might be giving you mixed signals. It seems like you're upset with each other. So if these are two people that you know, or this is you and someone, I see somebody being upset, pissed off about something. It might be about the fact that somebody is denying the truth. It's not that it might be, it is. Those are facts in the situation. Somebody is denying something. Flat out denying it, lying to you in your face, insulting your intelligence in the process, as though you can't see through something that's an obvious lie. So I think right about this time, you might be spending some time away from someone. Maybe you're over it. You're not looking back. You're tired of the drama. So it seems like there's something that you're walking away from. And you might be walking away for good. Because I think the manipulation is something that you're aware of, and I think that you're absolutely tired of it. No matter how much you love somebody, you feel like they're absolutely wrong in this situation. So here, this is a twin flame connection, and I think somebody might be realizing that they lost you. Taurus. Yeah, you feel like you wish someone would be more responsible. You're waiting for somebody to change. Some of you could possibly be feeling very overworked. Maybe you're feeling stressed. Maybe you're feeling bound by duty. There's something that maybe you want to walk away from something, but you feel like you have some sort of responsibility that you can't, that keeps you from being able to leave. Anyway, I think you have been going through some things. Now I feel like you're about to receive some advancement, some progress. I think there's some gains, some steady gains here that are coming in. Things that maybe slowly but surely are coming together. Thing is, I think what's been frustrating you is that there's been an obstacle. Maybe some things have been kind of difficult and you've been feeling a little bit hopeless. But the good thing is, as I mentioned to you, things are going to begin to move along for you. I think there's a very deep and profound lesson that's going on at this period of time for you. You might be receiving a message out of the blue. Some of you, maybe you play an instrument. It seems like you are disappointed in somebody. I think there's somebody that wants to resolve something with you, though. Taurus. Somebody would like to restore a situation with you. Maybe you feel like you just need some time. As I mentioned to you, maybe you're not feeling well, or maybe you're just tired. You just need some time to recuperate. It seems like rest is going to be something that's very important for you this week. Because I mentioned to you, you feel overworked, you feel stressed out, you feel overwhelmed. So your body is saying, give yourself some downtime, give yourself some time to relax. But I'm hearing, give yourself permission to do so. So stop it. So maybe you're just very work-oriented, a workforce, but I heard workforce. Are you concerned about something? Yeah, I would think you are concerned about something in the workforce. I think you're concerned about paying something too. I was mentioning to you, there's something going on with your finances. And I think that's what you're stressed out about. Yeah. It seems like it's a lack of funds. It might be due to a circumstance that's going on right now. Again, your circumstance is temporary. So I think you're worried about something. But before long, whatever was preventing you from moving forward, Spirit's going to take you in the right direction. Possibly before the conclusion of this next 7 days, but it really has everything to do with your ability to focus and lean into Spirit, because it looks like there's a lot the Spirit is trying to say to you. A lot of context clues that they're trying to give you about your situation, but it might be kind of difficult for you to lean in and focus around this period of time because there's just a lot of things that are swimming in your mind. A lot of scattered thoughts. Your guides are telling you there's information at your fingertips. They're telling you utilize that. Do some research about some things that maybe you feel like you're clueless about. Something about your situation may have been that maybe there's been a sudden change, something unexpected may have happened, or the spirit guides are talking to you about something with this, something having to do with that taking place this week. Somebody talks fast. Sure, so they kind of like string their words together. This unexpected change could be good, but at the same time, I want to say that it's good, but the way that you're looking at or reacting to it, it doesn't look like it's good. But I do feel like something positive as far as an unexpected change may come through. Some of you are Mercurians. This is Taurus, and you're cusp by Gemini. Or Virgo. You have Virgo in your chart or something like that, or you're connected to somebody. Yeah, somebody is irate in your situation. Somebody is angry. Lashing out. Either that somebody is feeling this way because they've been bottling up their feelings for the longest time, so it just kind of comes out in an eruption. And you're just kind of taken aback, like, wow, that's a lot of energy. But maybe that's because somebody might feel the need to speak their truth when they've been holding a lot in. Maybe this irate situation has nothing to do with you. Maybe this is what's going on in somebody's inner atmosphere. It seems like maybe this is why you're kind of trying to keep your cool, or kind of like trying to maybe steer away from this person. And maybe you just need that peace of mind. I mentioned to you, it seems like you just need some space. Some of you, it seems like you have a soul contract with this person. So I think, honestly, some things were written before we arrived here. And maybe it has something to do with this connection that you have with this person. Maybe this is you now realizing that maybe there was an agreement here. Some sort of soul contract, and you're breaking it. For some of you, this is a karmic relationship, and it wasn't really built to last anyway. So I think whatever is meant to be in your life is going to be there. But whatever is not, it seems like it's breaking away. And this is your spirit guide saying, let it go. Whatever this happens to be, Taurus, somebody's not ready to change. And this has nothing to do with you. You might be looking at maybe somebody's rejection as though it's your deficit. The reason, you know, what am I trying to say? Like you're feeling insecure about somebody's rejection. Like you're feeling like, is there something that I lack? Something that I don't have? Or somebody chose somebody else over you? You feel like, is it me? Is it me? You guys are saying it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with this person's personal choices. It looks like something is causing you to feel insecure. Somebody has taken something from you, or something unfair has happened. Spirit guides are letting you know that they're coming in with the truth. They're coming in to restore something that was taken from you. Or this is you pulling your energy back and restoring your dignity and pride in a situation where you feel like you just kind of freely gave it to somebody who took it for granted. There's some secrets in this situation. Somebody could deliberately be keeping secrets from you, but I feel that honestly, it's going to be revealed to you anyway. Spirit is coming in to reveal the truth to you about some things. There's an unexpected breakthrough that's coming in for you. This is a breakthrough in justice. This is a breakthrough in communication. This is a breakthrough in your thoughts. Where you come in at the beginning of the week having a lot of doubts and a lot of mental confusion, a lot of ruminating thoughts that don't really accumulate into like answers or problem solving. It's just cyclical thoughts. Now it seems like Spirit comes in to break that, and they're able to, if you allow it, concentration comes in. And then it seems like you're able to hear the messages from Spirit. You're able to get the clarity that you need to complete something. Now, if you have procrastinated on some things that maybe you did set aside, now it seems like this is the week that you're going back to it. Or if you feel like you made some flawed planning, now it seems like you're able to go back. Now that this clarity comes in, you're able to now finish what you started. I think somebody is coming in with forgiveness. They want forgiveness from you. But I think it's unclear to this person whether or not they can have that with you. For some of you, this is your own father. This is a family member that maybe you've been bickering with. Some of you, maybe you're not sure what to do as far as your skills are concerned. Or this is maybe a young adult. Maybe they're not sure what they're going to do. Maybe they're graduating from high school and maybe they don't have skills. And they're not sure what they're going to do. Maybe that's what the anxiety is about. This could be that young person, or this could be you. Maybe this is you in life. Maybe you feel like you weren't handed the life skills from a parent or whoever was supposed to be there to guide you. Again, you're feeling confused. This is a week of renewal. This is the season in your life where Spirit guides are coming in to renew your mind about some things. You're thinking about things in a very different manner. Maybe some things that maybe you didn't feel like you could change, or you didn't know how to change some things. Now maybe you're deliberately making a conscious effort to change something about your belief systems. Change something about your insecurities, outdated beliefs about yourself. It seems like there's a lot of inner revolution, inner evolution even about you. Taurus, this week. Something amazing is happening. If you let it. Maybe some of you are injured. Somebody's on crutches is what this feels like. Concerned about work. I don't know, maybe there's some people at work that are unethical. There's some people at work that are just, there's a lot of gossip. There's some people that are maybe gathering in cliques, gossiping, spreading rumors. I don't know. Again, this isn't important information. Again, your spirit guides just want you to know who's in your surroundings. The whole thing about this work situation, because I see it, but it's like go into detail about why. Go into detail for it, why. You already know that there's messy people that you work with. I think you know that by now. I think you're going to continue to do what you do. You're going to continue to climb the ladder to success. I think that there's a gift that's coming to you, especially since your birthday is coming up. Somebody might possibly be reaching out to you. Somebody that you haven't spoken to in a while. Taurus or cross watcher, they might be dropping in with a gift. or you are the gift to somebody. Whatever this money situation is about, you feel like you have a lack of funds, or this is a lack of motivation or whatever. Again, there is some sort of solution that comes in if you allow the solution to reach you. Okay, because it looks like Spirit is definitely trying to, like, to the point, trying to reach out and grab you, basically, to give you this message. Not really, but figuratively. Yeah, there's some deadlines here that I think you're going to be concerned about, or that are going to be important. I think you might be worried about time and time management, and I think you might be like, again, because of maybe some procrastination, or maybe it's not procrastination at all. It's just that maybe you haven't had time to get to something. It seems like something is going to be important, and so there might be a deadline approaching, and so Spirit is saying, pay attention to that deadline. Don't forget about it. It's going to be very important. It may have something to do with your money, and this money issue that you're concerned about. It might help to solve it if you pay attention to this deadline. Is there a tax deadline? With that, no. We got to get to the advice, right? Spirit guys, what is the advice, Holy Spirit, for the Taurus nation for the next 7 days? Hey, you said good morning. Hey, Christina. It is 9:40 p.m. on my side of the world, where I am. Thank you for joining me. So guys, what is the advice for Taurus? Your guides are definitely talking about a lot of change. They want you to adapt. They want you to get ready for some changes that are coming in. Some things are going to have to close or come to a completion in order to get ready for some new things in your life. So your guides are saying, get ready. Get ready for some changes. Stabilize yourself. It seems like rooting yourself, grounding yourself is going to be very important. You're scattered. Guides are saying they want you to focus. They want you to hear clearly. So ground yourself. This might entail you going out in nature. Guides are talking to you about establishing a stable base, especially so that your career can bloom. It seems like this is what you're really focused on. Your love life, your career. It seems like this is where you're really wanting to make some changes in your life. It seems like you're making some personal changes here. A lot is going on within, as I mentioned to you. There's some things that you don't see. The Spirit is definitely speaking to you. They're helping you find that success that you're looking for. It might benefit you to maybe go to water, do some sort of spiritual cleanse with water. But definitely it feels like it's the beach for you. With that, Taurus Nation and Cross Watcher, this concludes your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Have a blessed, beautiful, productive week. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, Taurus Nation. Virgo, this is a general reading, which means that not everything mentioned in this reading is going to be a perfect match to what's going on in your situation. Listen to this message with an open mind. Please avoid making any rash decisions based on a general reading. If you like a read based on your own personal energy, you can of course book me for a session on my website, which happens to be AngelicAscensions.com. We're going to go over some delicate topics. Virgo, consider it a trigger warning. If you'd like to get in on the tarot class that's coming up at the end of the month, take a look at my website for more details. The class date was originally the 19th. It's been extended until I believe the 26th. But again, for more details, check out my website. So tempted to call you Taurus, but I know I'm reading for Virgo. You got a Taurus cross watcher, or you got a Taurus in your natal chart possibly. Virgo. looks like there's a couple of things happening in your situation. No, I think I see the connection here. It looks like this was two different things. I guess it could be for some of you. It looks like some of you might be going through a breakup. And maybe you're letting go of somebody. But maybe it's very difficult for you to let go of somebody that you really love. It seems like you're trying to pull this person back to you energetically. Some of you are master numbers as far as your life path number. Master number 11, 22, 22, 33. Why can I not speak today? Virgo. Let's see what's going on. I see that much. Yeah. Let's pull in some more details. Somebody is. I'm a very direct communicator. Somebody in your situation is a liar. I don't like to put labels on people. I don't even want to say it like that, but maybe that's how you see somebody. Maybe you already know somebody lies through their teeth about very unnecessary things. I think that there is somebody that you broke away from. Maybe you weren't happy with the way that things turned out or the way things were going with this person. So this week, it seems like somebody has a very pessimistic attitude thinking about this. They feel like you're emotionally detached. And I think somebody is kind of hurt by the fact that maybe you are that way right now. You're feeling that way. But maybe it's somebody's doing this or they're reacting this way because they don't want the unnecessary stress and drama. So they're kind of staying away. There's something that you're striving for. Strive for progress, not perfection. Is very interesting. Perfection, that would be you, Virgo. You're the perfectionist of the zodiac. So your spirit guides are letting you know this week, not just this week, but just period. Perfection doesn't exist. Not with this flesh. None of us are perfect. So your guides are saying, you know, why waste your time trying to be perfect? No one is. Maybe that's been your expectation, or that's somebody's expectation of you, is perfection. I don't know. Maybe this is just you being highly critical of yourself. And your guides are saying you might waste a lot of time this week worried about perfection. Somebody is quick-tempered. Somebody says some very hurtful things, maybe without truly even understanding why. I think somebody in your situation could possibly be reacting in a very quick-tempered type of way. Maybe they don't really think before they speak. I think what is the underlying issue in your situation is that somebody has a lot of worry and anxiety. So maybe this is why they're kind of spazzing out this week. Somebody feels powerless. And when they do, they act in very manipulative ways. And maybe this week somebody is going in a hermit mode. Somebody might be looking back on a situation and wondering if they overreacted. So I think that there's a relationship that you might feel is difficult between you and someone. And maybe this is where you kind of felt like this is where you draw the line. You're like, you're done. I think you left somebody, and I think somebody is really feeling empty about this. Maybe they didn't realize this until you kind of separated yourself. This person might be talking to other people, maybe online. There might be some casual flirting. But I think that somebody can't deny the fact that they're thinking about you. They're missing you a lot. But they're never going to let you show this. They're never going to let that show, is what I'm trying to say. Because somebody's going to act like they're immune to the breakup and that they couldn't care less. And that's just their pride speaking. I think somebody might have had other people that they were dating or talking to. It seems like somebody has a made-up mind. It seems like somebody may have made a decision about what they want to do. For some of you, what you made a decision about this week is that you want to break up with somebody. For others of you, somebody has made a decision that they want to communicate with you. They want to talk to you about something. Talk some things over. This person might have an issue with drinking or intoxication if it's not alcohol. Maybe because of the way that the situation is going on right now, this is kind of what heals them. This is their therapy sessions. This alcohol, or this escapism. There's an apology that I think somebody wants to give you. I think somebody feels like they disappointed you. Now, this apology doesn't mean that they're ready to change their ways, because I think this person is who they are, and they're not going to change. In some instances, okay? It's a general reading. Let's see what they're about to do, if anything. You have Leo. That doesn't surprise me. Anytime I do a reading for you, Virgo, Leo always shows up. I'm just waiting for Leo to come out. I'm sure that it is. Pisces is here. Yep, somebody has a made-up mind. For some of you got court, you might be reaching a final verdict. A final decision might be made about something. Seems like you're concerned about your money. There's definitely somebody that has trust issues in your situation. There's an Aries in your circumstance. Yeah, somebody is a liar. You found out the truth about something. Somebody completely lied to you. Somebody's cover is blown this week. They're completely exposed. Put bogus information out there. Somebody's getting caught. Yep, you're upset with them because you caught them in something. You might have caught them talking to somebody else. You're definitely putting a firm boundary. Yeah, somebody left you for somebody else. I think somebody chose wrong. I think somebody sees that now. I think it's the pride situation. Somebody has too much pride to say something to you. Yeah, I don't think there's communication. Spirit guides, is there communication from a Virgo? It doesn't look like it. No communication from a Virgo. No communication from an Aries. Aries is not going to budge. Choose a new direction. So it seems like you're going a certain direction. Spirit is saying it may be time to go in a new direction. Yes, it's time to go in a new direction with this. If you were going in the wrong direction, Spirit is taking you in the right direction. Honestly, what this feels like is somebody is ignoring their conscience, and Spirit is guiding them to apologize is what this looks like. Spirit is guiding somebody back to a situation. And again, this isn't necessarily back for a replay of the same stuff. It just seems like this is somebody to do the right thing, to restore a situation. Spirit guys, what's going on here? Fill me in. Somebody is coming back to do what? Maybe this is supposed to be a more condensed reading. Let's just say no. As soon as that part of that detach from drama. Somebody definitely feels like this is drama, or they're expecting drama. Oh, that comes right back out. I say follow your heart. Again, this is a conscience situation. What is your heart telling you? It seems like somebody definitely feels it in their heart to apologize. I think somebody wants peace. Chances are maybe that's what somebody is coming to you to initiate is peace. They're here to maybe extend the olive branch. Some of you might get that this week. Some of you may not. It seems like somebody might not budge. They might stay silent. A Gemini is likely not going to be somebody that says something. The Pisces isn't going to budge if that's what you're dealing with. Just name it off. The Pisces, the Aries, the air sign. Sagittarius isn't going to come forward, very likely. No. An earth sign. That's possibly you, Virgo. It looks like if you're dealing with another earth sign, they're not coming forward. Somebody feels betrayed. But somewhere along the line, I do see a new beginning, possibly with a Taurus. I think some of you might be going through some financial stress around this period of time. You might be figuring out how to get realigned when it comes to your finances. How to get your money going again, because it seems like maybe your money has stopped. Spirit might be waiting for you to realign your path or your efforts with something. There's some money coming in. Might be a child that might be looking for your attention. I see a pending agreement here for you. So we might be getting some sunglasses, and I definitely feel like there's someone that's coming in. Someone is offering you a helping hand, some guidance with something, or you could possibly be doing this for someone, especially a child that might benefit from that guidance around this period of time. You might kind of see a look on a child's face and kind of notice that, yeah, something is off with them. So maybe there might be a much needed conversation that maybe you're having with a loved one, whether they're a child or this is somebody else in your life. The advice, Holy Spirit, for the, Spirit is saying no. They got some more messages real quick. Spirit guys, what's going on for, I could say you got a Taurus cross watcher, or you're Virgo with Taurus in your chart. They do. They're telling you, take care of your money. Finances. This might be something you're concerned about this week. Stay within a budget if you can. There might be conflict, or this conflict already exists by the look of it. This is somebody, maybe you have a difference of opinion with someone. Your guides are encouraging you that if you're in the midst of conflict with someone, you might want to choose your words carefully. For some of you, it's because somebody's feelings are hurt, and more hurtful things may add insult to injury in this situation. It might make a situation worse. Or in some instances, your guides are saying choose your words carefully, because maybe you might be saying a bit too much, especially if this has something to do with a court situation, a legal situation. Something involves the law or law enforcement, the police. Some of you, maybe you have a ticket that you might need to take care of. You got a traffic ticket, you're going, something that you're tending to, possibly with the DMV or this sort of thing. You got a court situation. Your guides are telling you to take care of it, Taurus. I keep calling you Taurus. This is Virgo. Your guides are telling you that you're going to be experiencing some success that you're looking for, but it's going to require you to step out of your comfort zone. You've been in your comfort zone for a minute. Spirit guides are saying it's time to break out of that. They're not trying to punish you. They're just saying it's time for a shakeup in your situation. It's time for a change. And they're saying this is the way that they're doing it, because they're telling you they've been throwing out so many different signs to you, Virgo, that it's time for a change. And maybe it's just kind of difficult for you to shake out or break out of something, a mindset or whatever this is. Spirit is sending this shake up to you for, to open some new doors. It's time to go in a new direction. You've been experiencing some challenges in the form of the advice. Your guides are letting you know that you're on the right path. Or this week you're going to be led to the right path. Maybe this path that's the right path feels like it's been difficult. It feels like it's been paved with a whole bunch of obstacles. But your guides say, no, there's success that's getting ready to come in. Don't give up. They're definitely telling you pay attention to your health and well-being. And they're saying that there is a conversation that's coming up. If you do decide to have this conversation with this person, they're definitely telling you honesty is essential. Somebody could possibly be reaching out to you on social media, maybe to initiate this conversation. But I do see communication coming in. If it doesn't come in at the beginning of these 7 days, it may come in a bit later. For some of you, this communication is completely unrelated to this relationship that we just discussed. It might be related to something else. That maybe something has been stalled, and now communication comes in, and it pushes the situation forward. Spirit guides are definitely coming in and touching your third eye. They're taking you to the next level when it comes to your gifts. Virgo. I heard Scorpio so loudly just now. I almost called you Scorpio. So some of you are a Scorpio cross watcher, or you have Scorpio placements. Yep. So with that, Virgo Nation, this concludes your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. Thank you so much, Virgo Nation and cross watchers, for tuning in. Have a blessed, beautiful, productive week. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, Virgo Nation. Pisces Nation, this is a general reading. Forget the disclaimer. Let's just jump into this, Pisces. Let's see what's going on for the Pisces Nation for the next 7 days. Yeah, I think you're upset with somebody. Your walls are up. Somebody sees it. Somebody yelling at you, Pisces. Somebody's upset about something, for sure. Somebody feels like somebody is just very egocentric, like the world revolves around only them. And the other person is looking at them like they're being inconsiderate. So maybe there was some sort of inconsiderate act that may have taken place. I don't know. I almost feel like somebody's being rude about something. Pisces. You might be talking to your friends about this, or getting some advice from the people that you know have your best interest. Somebody might be wanting to meet up with you. Maybe there's some hesitation because of this. Maybe you found out about some stuff. Maybe some information that you did find out about Pisces was a bit shocking. There's a Scorpio in your situation. This is Pisces. Yeah, I think somebody is definitely ending something. Somebody might be ending something for good, or this is what someone is worried about. That this is done. There's no going back after this. Is what somebody's concerned about. Pisces. Okay, Pisces. I think somebody might have regretted. They might be, in regret. Is what I was trying to say about this. About maybe something that they said when they were pissed off, when they were angry. They regret it. It doesn't look like it's easy to tear this wall down. Your wall went all the way up. This might be something that might need to be handled with patience and honesty is what this looks like. Somebody might be... somebody might have to let go of the need to be right, because it looks like somebody won't budge. They feel like they're right in the situation when they're not really considering both sides. I was telling you, somebody like only sees their side of the situation, but it looks like somebody might be dead wrong in the situation as well. I can't speak for everyone's situation. It's a general reading, so maybe that doesn't apply, but just my observation. Maybe somebody is frustrated, possibly. Random side note, you might be seeing a lot of spiders, maybe a lot of webs, a lot of lies being told. There's a Virgo in your situation. Some of you, maybe there's some money that might be dispersed into your account that maybe you weren't expecting. Random side note. Some negativity around you as well. It seems like you're transmuting this energy. You're getting out of a toxic situation. Something may have become toxic recently. Somebody's definitely letting something go. Maybe it wasn't even recent for some of you. I think that you did have a big explosion with somebody. I think that there's somebody that's been completely disloyal and you expose them about it. Or they expose themselves. The truth. Not that they deliberately told you the truth, but you found out about something and they didn't tell you. The truth didn't come from them. It came from either a situation coming out and that exposing this person, or the truth came through the mouth of somebody else. Okay, you're not talking to this person right now. You're pissed off, you're angry, and they got a lot of pride. But I do feel that somebody that is estranged from you, whether this is a family member or this is someone else, somebody is coming back around, or they at least want to. They want to apologize. They have regrets. But they have secret regrets. They're not going to tell you they regret the situation. They got too much pride to tell you that. It seems like somebody might be hurt because of the truth that they found out about. Whatever they found out about, the truth really hurts when it comes to this. I think it definitely triggered someone's trauma. Or this is somebody that they reacted in a way that they're not proud of. It's because they were triggered. Not making excuses for anyone. Again, it's just an observation in the reading. Yeah, somebody came into a situation with some baggage, which we all have. But it seems like something set somebody's trigger off, okay? They feel like you completely cut them off. You were completely cold about the way that you walked off from this situation, the way that you exited this. And they feel like you're being a bit unreasonable. They're like, wow, can you bring that wall down a few notches, a few bricks? I don't think so. I don't think this person is going to budge right now because this person feels like you put them in a third party and you chose somebody else. So there's like they're looking at you like, what would we really have to talk about realistically? I think somebody is stuck on this situation. I think somebody's missing you. They can't move on and they don't have the closure that they wish that they had. Again, I don't think you're ever going to hear that from this person. Too much pride. Or pride comes before a fall. You got somebody in the background of this situation that's jealous of you, Pisces. Or you could possibly be the jealous one in the situation. Chances are this jealous person could be the third party. Or this could be somebody random in the background that just, I don't know. They have a problem with you. I don't necessarily see where you may have caused a problem, but it might be their own insecurities. Or they say somebody's triggered. This can be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. It's a lot of emotions in your situations. Oh, that's you, Pisces. You're the water sign. You could be dealing with another water sign. Yeah, you might be feeling very emotional, very moody. Your moods might be, very up and down. There's some things that maybe were not at your access, or they were blocked off from you. And this week, it seems now your access has been granted by spirit to you. Seems like things might be a bit timely, time sensitive. Something that you might need to get done by a certain deadline, unless you're just putting a lot of pressure on yourself to get something done. Maybe there's a goal that you want achieved by a certain time period. Some of you are on camera, or maybe somebody's taking pictures of you, Pisces. I definitely feel like you're on social media. You've been going through something. You've been enduring something for a very long time. Your guides are letting you know that your perseverance is going to be rewarded. Keep going. Keep pushing through whatever this is. It seems like there's an end date to this, Pisces, coming up very soon. So whatever you're striving for in the form of this progress, it seems like it's not for absolutely nothing. It seems like you're about to experience and reap the rewards of something you're working very hard for. Holy Spirit, what is the advice for the Pisces nation for the next 7 days? Yeah, come on. I'm pulling a whole completely different deck, and then this comes out. Definitely something going on social media. There's someone watching you, unless this is several someone's watching you. Maybe, like, again, maybe you have a social media presence. So this is definitely people kind of leaning in and interested in what it is that you have to say. But yeah, there's definitely somebody watching with jealousy. Envy almost, like somebody is a hater. But they can't take their eyes off of you at the same time, Pisces. Make that make sense. Spirit guides, the advice for the Pisces nation for the next 7 days. Heavy emphasis on a fire sign in your situation. A lot of anger, a lot of conflict, festering feelings is what Some of you are working out. Maybe you're in the gym. Maybe you're fixated on numbers. It looks like spirit guides are talking to you about your career. This might be where you're weighing some decisions. You might be deciding, it seems like your heart feels one way, your mind feels another. It feels like you're not sure which way to go with this. It seems like you're going to find balance between both. Some of you could possibly be getting communication from someone who passed away. And what I mean by that is they're communicating with you in their own way. Definitely somebody from the past pops up. But this is your guide telling you that you can shake off the past. Some things may need to come to an end so that you can rise again. It seems like you have the ability to rise again and be more powerful this time. You're coming out of a situation feeling powerless. What Spirit is saying, now they want you to feel powerful about the future. They want you to get empowered is what I'm trying to say, if I'm not being clear. The path has been obscured for you. You're not sure how to get to where you're trying to go. You're not sure how to get to your end goal. Your guides are illuminating the path for you to make it easier for you to see. They're giving you a lot of insight. They're giving you some newfound understanding. Or maybe possibly you're coming across some content online that's giving that to you. Spirit is definitely linking you up with people or situations along your path to help you receive this breakthrough or these opportunities that were supposed to come to you. Some of these opportunities that come into you this week, Pisces, are very unexpected, but it brings some sort of transformation in your situation, a lot of personal growth, and a lot of peace of mind. Your guys are telling you, let the answers reveal themselves. If this is you concerned about a person and their intentions, they're saying, Pisces, simply let them reveal themselves. Or if this is the answer to a situation, they're saying, be patient. The answer will reveal itself, Pisces. With that, this concludes your 7-day forecast for the Angelic Ascensions. Thank you, Pisces Nation and Cross Watchers, for tuning in. Have a blessed, beautiful, productive week. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, Pisces Nation. Sagittarius. Sag Nation, this is a general reading. I don't know, Sag. We're going to skip the disclaimer, but I will tell you, if you'd like a personal, visit my website. It happens to be AngelicAscensions.com. I'm also offering beginner and intermediate tarot classes that begin later this month. If you'd like to book a seat for the online class, visit my website for more details. What in the world? As soon as I part the deck, 7 of Swords. This is for Sag. Interesting. Let's see what this is about. Sagittarius. There's some things you don't see clearly, Sagittarius. You're lacking clarity. Maybe it's about how to fix a situation that you feel is broken. Or this is how somebody's looking at you. They don't know how to fix this with you, but they may want to. That's sad. Some of you are dealing with Pisces. You have Pisces in your chart. Or you're connecting with the Pisces. There's been a lot of lies and cheating in your situation, Sagittarius. I think you already... I was telling you there's some things that you don't know about the situation. I think you know about the cheating and the lies, but I think that there's some details that may have been left out. And I'm confused. I'm like, do you even care about the details at this point? Anyway, the point is, trust has been broken. This is possibly with family members. Maybe you feel shortchanged or duped by a family member. Somebody that you trusted. I think that's what it is. Sagittarius Cross Watcher. Nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with trusting people, but it feels like you could possibly be too trusting in certain instances. Or you might be connecting to someone that you might feel is naive. Maybe it's a child. Taurus, it comes out in your situation. I think you're concerned about a financial situation. I think, to be honest, that's what you're looking at. Money. You're looking for financial stability. And it just seems like you're not sure how to get out of a pattern or get out of a situation. I think you're going to be shown the way, because it definitely feels like your situation turns around very quickly. Or it has the ability to anyway. It depends on you and the decisions that you make this week. I think somebody feels like they neglected you, or they didn't give you what you truly needed in their connection with you. Whether this is parent-child, whether this is a romantic relationship, or friends. I think somebody wants to come to you, and I think very likely it will be a fire sign that comes to you. Sun, moon, or rising with this fire sign energy. I think this is very expected, okay? Because this definitely looks like this is a cycle. You might have like an on again, off again situation with someone where they kind of flip back and forth in your life. They kind of leave, but they come back. This might be a pattern. Looks like this is an off pattern between the two of you, because you're not talking to them, or you're not talking to them as frequently as you used to. I do see somebody coming back. There may have been a separation here temporarily. There's a Cancer that just entered your reading. There's an Aquarius. There's an Aries. There's a breakup. There's a moving on type of situation. Somebody might be deciding it's best to break up and move on. Some of you, this is long gone. This is old news. You've already left this person. And that might be why. If there has been a separation, it's been an unwanted one. I don't think somebody wants to be away from you. This could be parent and child. Maybe circumstances caused you and your kids to have to separate. Or some of you get separated from your children due to a breakup. Or maybe possibly due to a misunderstanding. I don't think somebody wants to be away from you like that. And so I think, when was the last time you communicated with your mom? Whether she's here or she's passed, it seems like your mother might be concerned about you. Sag Nation. Some of you, Saggies, you're meeting somebody. You might have like a brand new start of a relationship. That might be who you're talking to. You might be meeting somebody interesting, and you might decide, yeah, I think I want to get to know this person. That type of energy. Some of you may be having an issue with the landlord. It definitely feels like there's something going on with the house. Maybe you're signing a contract possibly, or you're signing a lease, purchasing a property. Whatever the details happen to be, it definitely feels like you want to look into this. Something about this seems a bit one-sided. It looks like one might benefit while the other one loses. So you definitely want to look into that. You need to talk to your landlord about something possibly, because it seems like you're concerned about a home. But something about this home or this contract, like I was telling you, is a one-sided situation. Some of you, maybe some of you do communicate on the internet. You post online or something like that. There's a lot of trolls, a lot of trolling in your situation. The trolls don't have to be online though. This could be like at school. Kids could be bullied. Or this could be grown adults acting like children, bullying somebody. Somebody, random side note, somebody might be communicating with you, sending you a message, but it's a whole bunch of emojis. And you're like, what the heck is this supposed to mean? I don't know. You might want to have your charger handy. This is not, I want to call you Taurus. Taurus is here. No doubt. You got a Taurus cross watcher. That's who's watching you, especially on social media. The Sagittarius. Somebody with Taurus in their chart. Somebody with Taurus and Cancer in their chart. That's who's watching. It happens to be a lady. This lady is jealous of something that you do for whatever reason. Sagittarius. Some things I see in this reading I really don't want to say. And I'm like, do I want to say this? Because it doesn't really change your situation. Yeah, you got some negative energy. It's beyond somebody sending negative energy. It's beyond, this is somebody sending you some, this somebody sending you like a hex. The point is, they're doing this, they're wasting their time, because the way that this energy lands, they're throwing this negative energy at you. The way that it doesn't land the way that they intended for it to land. But it does feel like it does kind of like flood your mind a little bit. I think you already know about this, Sagittarius, that this is happening. But yeah, somebody's doing some really, really dark things. And again, it doesn't matter that they're doing this, because like I said, it's not going to give them the result that they're looking for. Somebody's definitely after your peace of mind, and they're definitely doing little frustrating things with your money, or that's their intention anyway. And that's their little way of trolling you. They get some sort of little giggles and laughs about maybe kind of messing with your money, interfering with your finances in this type of way. This energy is very temporary, it's very minor. It's the less attention that you give this and feed into this, the better. Because it definitely feels like, again, it doesn't interfere with anything that you have going on. There's still some success that's coming your way. You come into the week feeling frustrated, feeling worried, not knowing how a situation is going to go, because you feel like you don't have enough clarity to maybe figure something out. Especially maybe this has something to do with a financial situation. But you're leaving off at the conclusion, or somewhere within these next 7 days, this whole situation comes to a conclusion, okay? This whole hexing situation has an end date. You go off and experience some success, and these people, all they can do is sit back and watch you have some sort of success. So I mean, it's not going to work. They can form their weapons, but they will not prosper. Be careful about your thinking. It seems like it's very unclear. It's very scattered. Your guides are saying there's information that they're either sending to you or that's at your access. They're saying seek it out. There's some solutions to whatever this is that you're worried about. There is a situation that I think that you're kind of tangled in. Maybe you feel a little bit stuck. Maybe you feel bound by a contract. Some of you, the contract might be marriage. I don't like to think of marriage. Anyway, that might be how somebody is saying it. Like it's nothing but a contract. And that they're kind of stuck. For some of you, you're stuck in a lease. You're stuck somewhere you don't want to live, or you're stuck somewhere you don't want to live because of a financial need. You might feel like you don't have the funds that you need to be able to move. But again, there's a solution to every problem. Your spirit guides are saying, listen up. They're going to be sending you the message, or they're saying, do some research, help yourself get through this obstacles, because this is something that you can overcome. There's a male that's coming into your reading. Maybe there's some communication that maybe you're having with a male in particular. An eagle may be relevant in your situation, and so may a rat. Or this is you. Spirit guides are giving you an overview of your situation to spot the snakes in the grass. Because trust and believe, they exist in your situation. They're trolls. They're haters. Again, these people, they don't matter. But Spirit will definitely reveal to you who's in your environment. There's an admirer in your situation. Somebody might be giving you a compliment, possibly asking you out on a date, or maybe truly just mysteriously wanting to get to know you, but maybe they may not say it at first. But yeah, somebody's interested as to what this looks like. You guys want you to know the change is coming. Things may have been this way for a minute. It's going to shift. There might be something you need to write, type up on the computer or whatever. There's a message that maybe you might need to convey to somebody. It seems like it is a written message, an email. You guys are saying, get on it. Take care of it. Don't procrastinate on whatever this happens to be. Somebody's going to be, you're going to be the recipient of a gift. Somebody's giving you a gift. Some of you, maybe you are Tauruses. I did mention Taurus. Taurus has an upcoming birthday, but we're not going to forget about Aries. Aries season hasn't come to a conclusion. Aries is in this reading also. Some of you are on the Aries-Taurus cusp. Or this is a child. Maybe somebody might be getting in touch with a child for their birthday. Maybe this is why somebody might be reaching out to you. Sagittarius, I promise you, I'm seeing Sag. I know it's you, but I can't seem to not say Taurus. I keep hearing it. Spirit guys keep repeating Taurus, Taurus, Taurus over and over. I'm not confused. I know I'm reading for Sagittarius. There's definitely maybe more than one Taurus. Or you got more than one Taurus placement in your energy and in your natal chart. Spirit guys, what is the advice for the Sagittarius nation? I heard it once again, Taurus. There's a lot of transition. There's a transition. That's the season in your life. You're going through some transitions. You're coming out of one situation, going into a new season of your life. This seems like this requires you to let some stuff go. Let go of the past. Let go of things that have been hindering you. Mindsets that have been keeping you stagnant. Whatever this is, there's an ending to something. Spirit guides are saying, let it in. Don't look back. But butterflies might be relevant in your situation for some reason. You guys are saying that you've been looking for something. Maybe you're hunting for something. Maybe something is lost. But what I'm more so trying to say is that something is like right in front of your face. Like the answer to something is like right at your access point. But it seems like you don't see it. Or Spirit is trying to, like, they're waving messages. They're waving at you. They're saying, hey, Sag, the answer is here. And it's like, you're like, I don't see it. I don't see it. Spirit, what the heck are you talking about? But they're telling you the answer. You might be overcomplicating something when the Spirit is saying it's so simple. To the point that you might be overlooking whatever this is. This communication from Spirit. Seems like you're very spiritual. You just might have to kind of, not have to, but Spirit is definitely suggesting that you ground yourself. They're definitely saying take precautions, especially when it comes to your environment and who's around you. You've been going through a lot of sorrow, a lot of heartache. You guys are saying don't let this pain define you. They're definitely letting you know the brighter days are ahead. They want you to stay hopeful. They want you to know the Spirit has heard your request. They've seen your tears. They've seen your frustration. And they're getting ready to uplift you. So whatever this is, like I mentioned you at the beginning of the reading, first thing I said is it seems like you have a lack of clarity. You're not confused. You have the clarity that you need. It's just that you doubt what you doubt what your inner voice is already telling you. They're saying you already know the answer. Sag. With that, this concludes your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. If you'd like to book a personal with me, my website happens to be AngelicAscentionsTarot.com. Thank you, Sag Nation and Cross Watchers, for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out, Sag Nation. Gemini Nation, this is a general reading. We're going to discuss delicate topics. Even though I'm saying this is a 7-day forecast, everything doesn't play out at the same time. Some of the energies in the reading can be reversed. It could be somebody else playing a certain role in the situation. So again, have the flexibility, the discernment, and the peace of mind to understand that. Please know that this is not a personal reading. I am not talking about anyone specific, nor am I talking about you. It is a reading for the zodiac sign of Gemini. Please avoid making any rash decisions based on a general. If you'd like me to teach you tarot, you're interested in learning tarot, I do have tarot classes coming up later on this month. If you'd like to book a seat for the class, take a look at my website for more details. We're always going to go over delicate topics. It always comes up. Take it as a trigger warning, and let's begin. Here's a Leo. Heavy emphasis on a Leo. Maybe you have a dominant Leo placement in your natal chart, or there is a Leo in your energy. Maybe spirit guys telling you, maybe bring out that Leo side of you, maybe to be more fearless, more assertive. Gemini, I think you're assertive. I don't think I know a Gemini that's not going to speak their mind. So, yeah. I think you shine. You stand out in some sort of way, Gemini or cross-watcher. Or this is spirit guys saying, you got a gift within you, Gemini. There's some sort of purpose that you're meant to fulfill. And they're saying it's time. It's time to step out and be fearless and put that gift out into this world. There's an air sign that shows up to your reading. That would be you, very likely, but some of you, you're dealing with another air sign. Seems like you pulled away from certain people. Maybe you just need some time to yourself, and maybe that's kind of misunderstood by people. People could be taking that out of context or misunderstanding why maybe you just are not as vocal. You're an air sign. You're not as, I don't know, as visible to them or whatever. Maybe you just need some time to yourself is what I'm trying to say. I think somebody wants closure from you, and they might be seeking that closure. I think you have isolated yourself from people because maybe you're needing some time. You're going through an evolution process. Spirit is working through you, and maybe you just kind of need some time to, kind of let all that information settle in the spirit is giving to you. The thing is here that you got some people here that I want to kind of say that somebody is nosy. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and say that. I think that's what this is. Somebody, okay, maybe for some of you somebody is. I think I'm saying this, and I'm going to give you two different contexts. Yes, for some of you, I think somebody is nosy. But then I'm looking at this a little bit closer. It seems like maybe somebody is just interested in you. They want to know more about you. They're kind of intrigued. So maybe you're kind of having a sit down with someone. Maybe when you decided to kind of like come out of isolation and talk to people, maybe they just are curious about you. They want to talk to you. Maybe this is why you're isolated, because you spent a lot of time talking to people. I don't know. It just seems like your battery, your social battery is just on low right now. It's just kind of, it's empty. So you just need some time to yourself. But there's a very inquisitive person. For some of you, this inquisitive person is a child. They ask you a lot of questions, back to back to back to back type of thing. It could be that. There's a lot of instability here that I think you're concerned about. Not a lot, but there is something in your life that's unstable and it's out of balance. 9 times out of 10, it's you. You're out of balance. You're feeling unstable. Your inner atmosphere. There's a lot going on here, and you're not sure how to balance yourself. But for a majority of you, I think it's your finances. Maybe you're not sure how to maybe fix the financial situation. Maybe you're feeling like things are just a bit unsteady financially. You feel maybe blocked by some obstacles. For some of you, these obstacles have been placed by other people. Now, this person is asking you a ton of questions. Spirit is definitely saying use discernment with how much information you give out in this situation. Especially if this is a situation where you know somebody might be trying to use this information against you. You already know that, or you already have a gut feeling that somebody, okay, they're asking me these questions because they're trying to F something up. It's not that you're being paranoid. It's not that you're being overly suspicious or that you're just being negative. It's that your discernment has kicked in and your discernment is right. Be careful in some instances. You hear me saying some instances? I'm going to repeat it again for the people in the back. In some situations where your gut feeling is telling you, don't give out this information, you want to follow that. This includes in something that you're saying, something that maybe you're typing in on the internet, like you're giving away too much information. Something feels sketchy is what I'm trying to say. If something feels sketchy, follow that gut feeling. Give it proper follow through. It means some situations, what I'm saying, somebody is asking you a ton of questions to figure out how they can block what you're trying to do. Some situations could be good. Like you kind of already seeing what the enemy is doing to try to block you, block your path, block something that you need access to or something like this. I don't know whose situation this is, so I don't know exactly how to break this down into context to make you understand what I'm trying to say. It's if this happens to be your story, it might ring a bell. If it's not your story, disregard it. But you might hear about somebody else going through this. It's in your reading is what I'm trying to say. So you could be the observer of a situation if it's not happening directly with you. Or just period, point blank, it doesn't resonate. And that's okay. It's a general reading. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with you. But this is supposed to be a condensed reading. If we're going to break it down in your general reading coming up, Gemini, because if this is still your energy, I'm just very curious to see why you're feeling this way. It just seems like you're pulling away from everybody. You're going through something. You're kind of keeping it to yourself. You feel like maybe there's some things that have been put on hold and you don't understand why. And it just seems like you're not yourself. If it's not you, then you're concerned about a child. You're observing a child going through this, and maybe you're not really sure how to fix this with them. You're keeping it to yourself. Unless you're deciding that the silence has something to do with this King of Swords. Like there's somebody that you're deliberately not talking to. You have pulled back your energy from someone. You've kept silent. This could be your own child. It seems like this is a parent-child dynamic for some of you. Some of you, this is romantic. Some of you, it's family or it's friends. It'll resonate however it resonates for you. I think that somebody may have be kind of bogus, may have been a bit phony. I think somebody might want to come clean with you. Somebody might want to make things right with you. Maybe they've kind of been sitting with the situation and their conscience is kicking in and they're saying, yeah, let me reach out and fix this situation. Let me be vulnerable. Let me be open and have a conversation. It seems like on the opposite end of this, like if this is you or the cross watcher, somebody feels like, no, I don't think so. Like this wall isn't going to fall this quickly, because it seems like somebody feels like there's been a repetitive cycle here. Like somebody has done something to them again and again. So somebody is saying, you can fool me once, fool me twice, fool me 11 times. It won't be a 12th. You know what I mean? What I'm trying to say is you giving somebody chance after chance after chance after chance to the point that you're like, this is it. I'm not going to give somebody a chance to do the same stuff. Because it seems like the Tower has hit in your situation before. Like somebody has done something to you before. They hurt you. They betrayed you in some sort of way. So now you're just kind of backing up and not really giving the situation too much emotion. I feel like somebody's too stubborn to change. I think that's how you feel like you're kind of giving. I guess you're kind of giving up on somebody. You're like, this person is never going to change. Or this is you kind of seeing someone for who they really are. You're like, well, this is who this person is. No, they're not going to change. Maybe this is a family member. Maybe you love them regardless. But you're like, yeah, this person is set in their ways. They're not going to change, so why stress myself out about it? That sort of thing. Now I'm trying to see what's going on just outside of that situation with this person, it still seems like there's some stress. I was like, is this person the stressor for you? No, I think you just have a lot of stress and exhaustion. Again, I don't understand why. I think something has brought you to your breaking point, especially something that happened this month. I think it's very likely a financial situation. You're worried about a particular problem. Or this is spirit guide saying, hey, there's something you need to put in check right now, Gemini. If you don't put it in check right now, it's going to be an issue for you in the future. So I feel like there's something you might need to nip in the bud right now, this month, before rolling into the next month. They're definitely trying to warn you about somebody working against you. Somebody's doing some stuff behind your back. That's possibly why you're stressed out. What I'm trying to say, what it boils down to, hey, good night. It looks like somebody's trying to block something that you want. And you know it. And they know it. And it seems like it's like for what? It's like pointless. Somebody's making something more difficult than it needs to be. This is what's bringing you at your breaking point. Spirit guides, how does the situation play out? Your spirit guides step in. Before the conclusion of these next 7 days, I heard Libra. Some of you got Libra cross watcher in Gemini. For the conclusion of these next 7 days, I feel like there's some relief coming in. Or this is your spirit guide saying the way that you were going about something wasn't the right solution. They're going to be leading you to the right solution. They're going to be possibly giving you a fresh approach to something. You're going to find a solution to whatever this is, very likely before the conclusion of these next 7 days. It seems like there's some advancement. This is somebody throwing some negative energy at you. It seems like the energy begins to lighten up. You begin to feel hopeful again. The solution arrives for you. Not that it eluded you or that it was missing. It just seems like now you see the solution very quickly. Random side note for some of you Geminis, there's a package that's coming in. Package that you were expecting, it arrives. It seems like you're very maybe overwhelmed with pets. If you have too many pets. Random side note, somebody smokes a lot of weed in your situation. Maybe this is how you recognize somebody, you know that they're a weed smoker or whatever. Or maybe some of you are going to the dispensary. Maybe this is your gripe with somebody. Maybe they spend too much money, or they spend money frivolously, or what you might feel is frivolous, and maybe they feel like it's necessary. It just seems like there might be like a conflict about that. Some of you taking some medication. Some of you maybe you're going to the pharmacy. You might be concerned about a vehicle, and it definitely feels like you're moving back somewhere. Either somebody is moving back in with you, or maybe you're moving to some place that's familiar to you, some place that you've been before. Be careful about deleting. Some deletions may take place. Maybe this has something to do with your work. You feel like you need to delete somebody's number. Or this is somebody talking to somebody in their phone and they don't want you to know about it, so they're going to go and delete some information because they know that you're onto them and you're looking for this information. You're hot on their trail. So they're not going to let you find out about the stuff that they're doing. They're going to find some clever ways to cover up the mess that they're doing behind your back, Gemini. Somebody feels like it's a priority to see you, or you feel like it's a priority to see someone, so you might be making plans to have a get-together with someone. There might be somebody that wants to work with you. You got an aligned purpose with someone, so maybe somebody wants to combine forces with you in order to make something succeed, or you're helping somebody to succeed and you both have the same goal. Somebody might want to catch up on some things, especially if they don't know where they stand with you. So maybe there could be some communication about that. Especially if the past is kind of lingering. The weight of what happened is kind of lingering and somebody isn't over the past. This is possibly somebody that's curious about you and may actually reach out. There might be somebody that needs a favor from you. I want to say Pisces. Somebody might be looking for like significant assistance. or some effort from you. They might need something from you is what I'm trying to say. Or you, vice versa. That might be the reason for someone communicating with you. Spirit guides the advice, or the reason that maybe you reach out to someone, or this is a child. Shh, baby. Advice, Holy Spirit, for the Gemini. I heard Pisces once again for the Gemini nation. You have a Pisces child, a Pisces family member. Definitely feels like you're focused on weight. You guys are definitely telling you. You're going to be entering the unknown. You're going to be feeling confused about things. They're saying don't be dismayed. Don't worry. You're going to be shown the way. They're telling you uncertainty is a part of life. And they're telling you embrace it. Be okay with not knowing. They're saying you don't have to know everything at every moment. Gemini or cross watcher, it's okay. As I mentioned to you, you're going to be shown the way. Yeah, you guys are saying it's time to choose a new direction. So you might have to not have to, but it seems like Spirit is taking you in a new direction. Something has been hidden. Maybe you misplaced an item. It feels like you're going to find it. There's a lot of fresh ideas that are coming through. Or this is a fresh perspective about something that helps you to stumble upon the solution. This solution could also come from you getting advice from someone, because it seems like there's someone specific that Spirit sends to your life. This might be someone that you know even, that gives you the advice that you need, and it's very timely advice. It's exactly what you needed to hear at that particular time that gets you out of a situation where you felt kind of stuck. There are some things that you might need to release. Your guides are telling you go with the flow. And there might be some things that you might need to renew. An automatic renewal. You got some, like, what am I trying to say? Some subscriptions that you might feel are unnecessary. We were finishing with the advice for the Gemini nation. Spirit, the advice. Some of you might be going to the ocean. There's a lot of clarity, a lot of insight that's coming into you. Absolutely. Spiritual understanding. I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you to understand spiritual truths. I think that there's something kind of transforming within you. Gemini. I think Spirit is definitely preparing you for your purpose. Or this is you maybe going into a deeper phase when it comes to a spiritual gift that you have. Definitely feels like your third eye is open and activated. You're seeing things from a completely different perspective. Or this is what Spirit is encouraging you to do. To look at things from a different perspective. You might at first look at things from a very negative, pessimistic perspective. There's nothing wrong with that. We're all human. We're all cloaked in flesh. We're going to have negative moments. But your guides saying they want you to see things from a different perspective. Or if you don't understand, Spirit is helping you to shed light on what might be happening. Maybe understanding why certain things might happen, and having that insight might kind of help you understand why certain things are happening the way that they are, or why certain things may have needed to end the way that they did, or whatever the intricate details are in your situation. You said I was not finishing with the advice. Seems like that's where Spirit led me. I believe I was, wasn't I? Thought I was. Well, with that, Gemini Nation and Cross Watchers, this concludes your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Have a blessed, beautiful, productive week. Gemini Nation and Cross Watchers. I'll see y'all in the next one. Last but never least, the Aquarius Nation. Aquarius, this is a general reading. We're going to discuss delicate topics. We're going to talk about things that I'm saying may happen within these next 7 days, but truthfully, it's a general reading, and not everything happens at the exact same time for everyone. So understand that some things you might not recognize in the reading because they haven't had a chance to unfold yet. This is my way of saying listen with discernment, listen with an open mind, and please don't make any rash decisions based on what you hear from a general reading. If I could read based on your own personal energy, I'm available for personals. My website happens to be AngelicAscensionsTarot.com. The tarot class. I do have beginner tarot as well as intermediate classes that begin later this month. If you'd like to book a seat for the class, check out my website for more details. We're gonna go, we talked about the delicate topic situation. Let's just dive in. Who came out in your reading is a Cancer. Not a shocker. It's not a shocker to me. I don't think it'd be a shocker to you, Aquarius. There's a Cancerian in your energy. What's this Cancerian doing? Besides sending you death spells. That's not for everybody, but for some of you, I don't want to say that, but you know, I can't kind of shy away from the messages I'm seeing. But let me repeat it. Not all messages are for everyone. But I do see somebody kind of sending you some negative energy. Not kind of. Let's move on to something else. What's there? That's with the cross energy. There's communication with somebody. Somebody might want to talk to you about some things. Maybe they want to come see you. Maybe they want to talk to you in person. This is someone that wants to see a child. So there could be some traveling involved in this. Maybe you do want to travel and talk to somebody, or maybe this is what somebody is feeling about you. Somebody was all in their ego, Aquarius, or cross-watching. It seems like they pulled a power play in this situation. They let their ego kind of run the show. They did something that kind of, they got their flex out of the situation. And then it looks like now they're taking the L for it. So somebody is overthinking the situation. This communication that they want, they're overthinking this. I think you have a soul tie with somebody. I think that somebody feels very connected to you. And I think that there's somebody that you feel a mutual kind of pull towards. And maybe things didn't go as planned. And it just seems like you're kind of basically giving up on the situation. It seems like you held on for a very long time to this, Aquarius or cross-watcher. And now you feel like the best option is to let this go. I think that somebody is not really ready to be single, or somebody doesn't really like the single life. Maybe this is somebody that likes to, I don't know, somebody wants companionship. I don't know. Some of you Aquariuses, you practice magic. You're into the occult. For some of you, maybe you might be going to somebody that does this type of work. There's maybe you're just tarot readers. Not just tarot readers, like it's nothing, like it's not a big deal. But some of you, maybe you are. Maybe you read tarot. You feel led into spiritual things. Definitely feels like you have trust issues with someone, maybe in general, but maybe with someone in particular. Because you feel like you just made some really surprising decisions. Somebody feels very alienated from you. They feel very cut off from you. And this person who could be a Pisces, yeah, this person who could be a Pisces or a Scorpio, a water sign, in their natal chart might be coming back around you. Yeah, maybe you had differences with this person. Maybe you're arguing with them, or this is what brings you to this separation. You might feel like separation is necessary. This might give some room for reflection and healing, maybe some clarity in your situation. I think if somebody is meant to find their way back to you, Aquarius or crosswatcher, they will. It seems like you were once skeptical of this person. Yeah, you were skeptical about whether or not they were really being genuine with you. Were you the only one that they were dealing with? And the answer is hell no. We weren't. They had several situations going on in the background. This person is very flirtatious. Maybe you wish somebody had some more self-control. This person kept a lot of secrets. What they might be keeping secret from you right now is their real raw feelings for you. Somebody feels very stabbed in the back. I think that your situation could be shrouded in a lot of addictions. Or flat out, you have somebody that has some serious avoidance patterns. There's some issues that they don't want to face and things they don't want to talk about. And maybe somebody uses, shh, baby. They use their addictions. I want to deflect from honesty. Like they don't want to talk about things. They don't want to be honest with you about things. They don't want to be honest about their emotions. So they get intoxicated to kind of numb those feelings so they don't have to deal with them. Somebody's coming across very manipulative. Somebody's coming across as though they're giving you a lot of false promises, misleading you in some sort of way. This seems like this may have already happened for some of you. It just seems like you left a situation feeling disappointed when it comes to love. And so maybe now you're feeling a bit jaded about love. It seems like you're having some doubts, maybe even about yourself. Okay. You're feeling confused. You're looking for guidance. And maybe you feel like this guidance is blocked. It just seems like you're not centered right now because you feel like things are unclear. Your discernment is going to lead you to the truth of whatever this is that you think you're confused about, but you're really not confused about. There's some improvements in your situation. I think what was going on in the first place. Bear with me. Because it looks like things are getting better. Like some circumstances begin to improve. So whatever this is that you were worried about, it feels like some new doors are opening for you and things begin to stabilize before the conclusion of these next 7 days. It's because of this bad luck. Okay, so I guess we're going to talk about it again. I was mentioning to you, somebody is throwing a lot of negative energy your way. A lot of obstacles. And they're telling you this person's reach when it comes to this situation is very temporary. That you're about to roll into a positive cycle. Some of you have a legal situation that you're dealing with. Maybe this has something to do with a company. Maybe you're taking a company to court. An employer. Seems like you're backing away from the expectations that maybe people have on you. Some of you, maybe you're breaking away from religion. And I know this is a touchy subject. I tend to kind of stay away from it. But maybe you are. Maybe you're breaking into more spiritual things. You're breaking away from things that are religious, and you're, kind of looking into things that are more spiritual. It seems like there's some sort of evolution when it comes to that. I'm not saying anything negative about religion. Please don't misconstrue what I'm saying, and please don't put words in my mouth. But just an observation. Yeah. So this whole thing about somebody sending something to you, it definitely feels like you're rising above these challenges. You're not backing down when it comes to this. So it definitely feels like somebody knows how to defend themselves when it comes to deflecting this negative energy off of them. There might be a situation where you might feel like you have to stand up, especially in the court of law. Stand up for yourself, fight for yourself in some sort of way. Some of you, maybe you are representing yourself in court. There's some travel in your situation. There's some things that maybe the spirit is suggesting that you handle with patience. They're telling you there's a period that the blessings are getting ready to come through. And if you do have a legal situation, something will be handled with fairness. It seems like the spotlight is on a child in your situation, especially if there's a child that's being deceptive about something. Because it definitely feels like there may be a child. It doesn't have to be a child that's doing something when your back is turned. Somebody is doing something though. It could be a child. It could be a full-grown adult. Doing something behind your back and trying to cover it up. Maybe this has something to do with this court situation. You're to be receiving some information this week. There might be a sudden change to your situation. There might be a situation where you have kind of been patient, like something has been ongoing for a while. Something may be handled very quickly. So they might change directions very quickly. And this might be a breakthrough, the breakthrough that maybe you were looking for, where something was blocked from you and now you have complete access to it. Definitely talking to you about deceit in your situation, because it definitely exists. There's somebody making some very impulsive decisions, and it seems like now they're kind of regretting these impulsive decisions. It just seems like at some point in the 7 days there was some bad news. But maybe you received some good news and some bad news, okay? But whatever the bad news is, it seems like you're overcoming this whole situation. There's a victory in the outcome, especially if this is your situation involves some, it's general, but your situation does involve some sort of spiritual warfare, a spiritual fight, okay, where somebody is challenging you. What I'm trying to say is there's justice in this situation for you. Patience is definitely going to be tested in this situation, Aquarius or cross watcher. You're going to be prone to overthinking situations where your spirit guides are saying you already know what to do, Aquarius. So listen, again, your discernment is going to be the biggest key to getting you through this week. Spirit guides are saying you're not who you once were, Aquarius or cross watcher. There's a lot of growth coming in this week. Spirit is definitely calling something out of you. There's a lot of growth taking place. And this growth feels like it's uncomfortable. And sometimes it's like that. The Spirit is taking you to a new level. And they're demanding more from you. The advice, Holy Spirit, for the Aquarius nation for the next 7 days. You are a channel for divine healing power. Yeah. Spirit's definitely, I was telling you, Spirit's demanding more of you. They're taking you to the next level. So I definitely feel like some of you, I mentioned to you, you're veering away from the status quo. You're definitely pulled into more spiritual things. It just seems like Spirit they're using you for something to be. You're channeling a lot of messages. It's possibly for the masses. There is no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. Whatever this is that you're worried about, your guides are telling you there's no need, Aquarius or cross-watcher. Things are going to work out beautifully in your situation. They're reassuring you of that. Spirit advice for Aquarius nation. Sorceress, you are a magical person who can manifest. They're definitely saying you're very powerful. You're majestic. I think you might leave people spellbound. Not that you're putting spells on people, you know what I mean? But what I'm trying to say is I think people are very intrigued by you, is what I mean by that. But I also feel like you have a very strong pull. So your guys are saying, especially with something going on in your atmosphere this week, they're definitely telling you have the ability to channel what it is that you want into your life and manifest it and make it real. They're saying there's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. So guides are talking to you about trusting perfect timing. Maybe that's been the issue, is that maybe it's not time, or it wasn't time, and now divine timing has stepped in your situation, Aquarius. With that, Aquarius Nation and Cross Watchers, this concludes your 7-day forecast. Thank you everyone for watching All Signs Real.